fucking long. Why did this take so long? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because my technology hates me. Maybe that's why. I'm thinking that is exactly why. So my tech hates me. I can't even. It's freaking Sunday, which means it's return to the hellhole tomorrow, aka I'm at the job. And yeah, this is just where we are right now. Everything is going wrong. Everything. I just lost my fucking God damn it. I can't even right now. I cannot. Don't ask me to. I can't do it. We're just having trouble. Now, I was working on something else with one of these. Okay? Yeah, with one of these. And I realized that, and I've decided that I want to change that out because I think I stole this. I gotta be honest with you. I think that's exactly what happened. Here, look at these Faye. You're welcome. That's what's going on right now. I'm actually looking for something. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be knitting. I'm not. I'm looking for something. I've had a shit day. Everything's gone wrong. Murphy was like, "Oh hey, I'm back in town. I wanted you to know that I'm gonna be staying for a while." And I'm like, I don't think that's a great idea. I think that you could maybe rabbits. Don't mind me. I'm just knocking shit over. Not knitting on my socks. Okay, we're gonna stop. We're gonna give up. What's gonna happen? Here's what's gonna happen. Right. I'm gonna find this one on the other things, wherever the hell that is, and I'm gonna put it on this one. I'm gonna put this one with the other project. That's what's gonna happen. I'm having trouble right now, yo. I really am. I can't even. Oh, I need something else too. Son of a bitch. Only I don't know where this is. Let's see if it's in here. I need more stitch markers. Are they in here? Oh, is it in here? Oh, say ah. Okay, so stop it, bag. God damn it. Do you see why I was late? I see why I was late. We're gonna go, I think, with yellow. I mean, the yellow is part of this, so maybe we should go with a different color. Okay, maybe we should go. We're gonna do this. I think the yellow is. The other option is orange. Let's go with the yellow. All right, so what's gonna happen is these. First of all, I like that these are in pairs. Okay, perfect for this. I'm gonna set this yellow marker at the. It's gonna be put at the start of the foot. Okay, so so we're gonna work this around here, and when I get to the end of the front of each of these, okay, I'm gonna put that, and I might actually take this one off because what this is just meant to mark the start. Are we gonna finally knit now that we've been yammering for almost 4 whole minutes? I think so. I am having trouble. Okay, I am having trouble. I cannot even. I have so many things to do. This is just not working out. I'm not aware of the day. It's the first day of spring, y'all. What? It's Yastre or Ostara, however you want to say it. Or the spring equinox, right? That's the first day. It's the astrological new year. Aboutsies, yeah. So, huzzah, hurrah. Awesome. And so now our days are going to start officially getting shorter. This was the longest day. No, the longest day is, it's the solstice. I'm sorry. That's fucking June. The longest day is going to be in June. Sorry. Look, I'm tired. Okay. But today, the equinox is it's equal day, equal night, right? So, yeah. The days are going to get longer. I mean, more daylight. Which is kind of funny because the whole spring forth thing. Really? Really, guy? Really? Yeah. God, I'm so tired. I'm always so tired. I'm sorry. I feel bad saying that every stream. I'm tired. My head hurts. I don't feel great. Notice that that's not a reason for me not to stream, and that's because that's pretty much always what's going on, right? That's always a thing. So yeah. So this is a progress keeper, by the way, is what this is. I need to make a note. Yeah, I need to make a note. Okay, so we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right here, and we're gonna make a note because this is actually part of project time. Because I'm not gonna remember if I don't do this shit right now. And what this is I'm gonna tell myself that on the first, the start of the foot is marked by a yellow progress keeper. And the progress keepers, they just sit, right? They just sit here. The stitch markers sit here, right? Now they can also sit in a specific stitch, like if you're crocheting, for example. But the progress keepers are literally just meant to say, hey, you've gotten this far with something, whether it's like the end of something or the beginning of something or every so many somethings. Yes. So we're knitting 2 socks at a time because we don't want second sock syndrome. Which reminds me, I did not put the hashtags on the Instagram post. I should have. Shame on me. I usually think to do these things, but I was arguing with my computer before I came on here for far too long, and I decided that that was not an acceptable use of my time, and so we're gonna have to add that to our notes later. In fact, we'll just make a little note on the paper. So, beginning of foot equals yellow marker. That's going to be round 23. Okay. Done and done. There we go. I just got I got through a bunch of my, Post-its and consolidated them and put them on my to-do list and prioritized them. And, here I go. Right, here I go. Making more. We're only going to work for an hour tonight. Because I have stuff to do. So, all yesterday I was super productive, right? I was doing Pomodoros all friggin' day, like a boss. Okay. What is going on here? I do not know, Sam. I do not know. What is going on here? What is going on? What is going on? What? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay, first of all, that's what's going on. Okay, so that was something that wasn't right. Oh, look here, you. We'll have none of that. So a couple of things. I'm doing socks. I'm doing them 2 at a time. I'm doing them toe up. I like doing them toe up because I can try them on easier. You could absolutely try on a cuff down sock, but I wouldn't if I was you. I don't know. I feel like it's easier for me to decide where something is. Now, sure, I'm sure that the top down crew has words to say about that and disagrees and probably will say, oh, I know exactly when to stop and blah, blah, blah. Which is, look, that's cool. I can't even imagine how that works. So power to you. It's not me. It's not my journey. No thanks. So what we're not going to do, right, is do that. So there we are. But I do them 2 at a time because second sock syndrome is when you start a sock, you finish a sock, and then you have to start the next one. And so you have one sock and you just don't go any further. If you do them at the same time, it takes, approximately the same amount of time if you did them one at a time. But what happens is, because you're working both of them at the same time, right? You'll finish them at like pretty much the same time. That's the trick. Yes. This is part of our perfect sock mission. So the perfect sock for me is I'm testing the ease that I want for my socks. Like usually you put an inch of negative ease around the circumference of the foot. The circumference of the foot is measured at the widest part of the foot, which is generally the ball of the foot. And that's usually enough. Now what I've found is that for me it wasn't enough. And so what ended up happening, right, was I had what felt like more bulk, and I did not like that. So I have slowly but surely taken down the size in another direction. So I've been taking down the size as far as the length, right, of the foot, knowing that the toe is going to be a standard size and the heel that I do is a mirror for the toe. That means that it is going to come out a certain way. And so I know when the toe is done, however long the toe is, the heel, okay, is going to be the exact same length. So however I need my foot to measure, right, toe to heel, I take the toe and the heel out, and what's left is the foot, and that's how it's doing. It's a lot of math, okay? It's a lot of math. I don't like it. I'm very upset about this. Math is hard. Fired. So yeah, so here we are, socks. I've had a hell of a day. I have gotten, I don't know, like nothing done. And because I've gotten nothing done, I needed something that was not hard. And I am absolutely like not paying attention to what I'm doing because I'm working on the foot. I don't have to count. I don't have to remember to do anything every so many stitches. I'm just knit, 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 knit. These are vanilla socks, which means they have no pattern to them as far as texture goes. And vanilla socks are great for when you have like a busy color scheme like this. So you can just focus on the color scheme. This sock yarn is from AC Moore, which doesn't exist anymore. It was like a store brand that they carried. It was Nicole Studios. I have a couple of these. I decided also when I was making my perfect sock, pardon me while I just knock shit over, that I would use all the sock yarn that I don't like love the color of, or that it's not my really nice stuff, before I got to my good stuff. Like I think I have some merino, right? Got some really fancy shit. I want to have my sock situation, and by that I mean the measurements, done perfectly before I get to the good stuff. Theoretically, right? I could frog the socks and do them again. I don't want to do that. So what we're not going to do is that. And so it's taken me almost 15 minutes to do an entire round. So okay, let's just knock over stuff. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, hooray! Now the only thing about working the magic loop, which is what this is that you gotta take this part has to happen, right? You've gotta every round, every movement between each piece, you've got to do the slide, move, arrange, which does take up time, but you have to do some of that anyway when you're like knitting stuff. So it's really small potatoes to me. But yeah, this is 2 balls. This one measured each skein was about, I think, 200 Oh shit. It's 400 yards. I think it's 100 grams is about what it measures out to. I'm having trouble, friends. I am having trouble. So, yeah. I'm trying to start off this week good, by the way, so that's why I'm here. I made sure I showed the hell up. I've still got to do the Patreon post for today, and I realized that it was something different and special, so the fact that it's going to take me later, like into the night to get to this, is not a big deal, because I have time. Like, I'm going to do an audio, and the audio moves over from my phone a lot easier. So, oh, hey, what's the gossip? What's the tea? With me and the men, because that also happens. Look. I understand. There are people who do not care, but adventures and trying to date during whatever this apocalyptic nonsense is. So I had somebody pop in my inbox after like disappearing. I don't know why they disappeared. I didn't ask. That pretty much happens a lot, right? If you didn't know, that happens a lot. People will just disappear. Now, let me go and tell you that it's not ghosting. That's not technically what that is, right? Because if you don't have an established relationship with someone, they're not ghosting you. They may be flaking on you, right? And that's also not really cool, but that's, again, small potatoes. So when this happens, I don't chase people, okay? I'm very easy to talk to. I am reasonably available, right? There are means by which you can get in touch with me. And provided you're making the conversation like worth having, sure, I will respond back. So if you say something to me and I say something back and you say nothing and it just like stops there, I do not double and triple respond typically. So if you just flake, okay, obviously you don't really want to talk to me, I'm done. Thank you. No hard feelings, just I'm not going to chase you. Right? I'm done. No. That like brings up some mental health issues for me. It brings up some trauma for me. I don't need to be doing that. I've got, a billion other things to do with my time. So this guy pops in and he's like, I did not even know I got this message. I had messaged last. And says, hey, I'm sorry I missed this. I didn't even know this happened. And look, I get it. I turned all of my fucking notifications off on my phone. I did that pre-COVID. Yeah, I did that pre-COVID. Like, so it wasn't even right before COVID. It was like a good amount of time before, because of what was happening. I was having all these fucking notifications, like all these things, like email, fucking Twitter, just everything. And what would happen is, because I knew I was going to get the notifications, I would also be distracted. And honestly, I didn't need a lot of them. Like, if I didn't get this notification, like, right this second, yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. So, like, the notification's there. It's in the app somewhere if I open it. But, like, a lot of the stuff, it was not necessary. And so, okay, cool. It has been one of the best ideas that I've ever had. And now I'm actually following a bunch of people here. And I'm trying to hit up people. There's some people that I want to just, like, kind of support, and I'll pop in if I think about it. And then there's other people that I absolutely want to catch. And so I'm turning off the notifications for people who I'm not super, super, super into catching them, like, every time, right? Like, I want to show my support, and like part of showing my support is like being among the followers, right? So that it is somewhere on my dashboard. It would be like, hey, so and so is streaming, right? But like, I'm at work when a lot of people are streaming or asleep or streaming myself, or so, there's a lot I'm just gonna miss. Although I have started listening to a few streams while I'm at my day job. So yeah. So dude popped up in my inbox and said, hey, sorry, la da 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 da. If you want, like, we can get coffee sometime, hang out, whatever. And here's my number. And I'm like, okay, cool. Right? That's straightforward. That is clear. high five, dude. Good job. So I reached out and was like, hey, it's me. It's Al, by the way. I got a funny story about names here for y'all, and I might end up. I had a thought, and I actually just forgot, and I just remembered it. But it's about Ray. What? Yeah, don't worry, we'll get there. I was like, hey, yeah, it's Al. Al, by the way, is my given name. By given name, I mean the name I chose for myself because I actually changed my name legally like 2 years ago. No, oh my god, a year ago. Wow, right after the divorce. Yeah, that was like my. I gave myself a bunch of divorce presents. This is one of them. I finally got my sleeve started. With good old Dion, of all things. Yeah. Wine, Women, and Song. Here we go. It also means that this right here is never going to go back on my other hand because that ring matches that tattoo. That's just how that is, which is fine. I'm fine with it. I also changed my name. Journey Gem. Like, did a bunch of other things. So, yeah. I can't wait to get my hands done. I need to so bad. Let's make myself a note because I forgot something. Yeah, this is why I keep just like, this is me. I just forget shit constantly. That's why I have so many damn post-its. So, dude reaches out. What did I nickname this guy? Well, I have a nickname for him that actually involves his name because his name is part of. Well, his name gets used in a comedy skit. It's not him specifically, right? And I couldn't help myself. I think the going nickname right now is Alobra, like Aloha Bra. I do not think that he would appreciate it. I think it's fucking hilarious. Partially is okay, so this is where that came from. I guess, well, story time. That's what we do when we're knitting. Like, we'll make the knitting more interesting. I mean, do you need to make the knitting more interesting? I don't think so, but this is like the equivalent of me talking shit while playing a game, right? And I don't know if you've watched me play Evermerge. I'm absolutely running my mouth while I'm playing that. Because I'm not, like, playing against anybody. So I'm just blah, 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 blah. Hey, look, and look. This is why people watch me, because I am just saying all kinds of what? What is going on? So, I change out my salutations when I say hello to people. Sometimes I say, hey, hi, howdy, heidi ho, hey, guten Morgen, guten Nacht. Gosh, I don't usually get like any more complicated than that as far as languages because I can say things in Russian because I took 3 years of Russian in college. No, I cannot speak it. No, I cannot understand it. Like I know how to pronounce words. And if you put words in front of me, I could read some of them. I couldn't tell you what they said, but I could pronounce them relatively correctly. So, Dobry dien, dobry wieczór, and dobre utro, which is good afternoon, good evening, or good night, and good morning, in that order. So anyway, I also say hello, blue hello, which is also a story. Hello, and aloha. I'm not Hawaiian. I have never been to Hawaii. I technically know one person who is Hawaiian, but that would be Alobra. So, incidentally, without knowing that he was Hawaiian, I greeted him with aloha. And I think it's funny because that was completely not on purpose. Like, I just randomly change out my salutations. And I later come to find out that he is, among other things, Hawaiian, which is just kind of fucking hilarious. I'm from the beach. Now, I don't know of the bro, dude, vernacular on the islands. And I'm not super familiar with it on the West Coast in general. But, like, dude, absolutely got used where I'm from on the East Coast, right? That was a thing. And bruh is really just me making fun of that. And so there we go. That's how that happened. Okay, now, I've forgotten the other thing, but I do remember Ray. So for those of you who watch this later, my screen name is pronounced Aradia Naware. I use that screen name because this is the first two names of two monikers that I use in my work. Aradia Goseling and Naware Danaeus. Danaeus is the genus name of the monarch butterfly, by the way. That's where that comes from. Naware was a name that was given to me. Aradia was a name that was claimed by me. I also have another name that fits in. Hold. I don't know. So I've assigned my artwork Aradia since I've been in high school. And so for my art, that's what I go by, is Aradia. Now, I don't know if you were paying attention, but Aradia and Naware both have a ray in them, right? Not the same spelling. One is R-A, the other one's R-E, but that's how those words are pronounced. I will go into other streams. I've had a number of people say Aradia and say it right. I'm pretty quick on the keys. And so I'm used to having to phonetically sound out my name because my original given name before I changed it, which no, I will not tell you. Do not ask. Will not get you anywhere. I had to phonetically spell out because nobody would say it right. And I can understand given the spelling. And given that other derivations of that name are typically pronounced a certain way. Like, I was aware of this. So I get it. Okay. So. Really. I just started telling people to call me Ray. Because, I mean, you're not going to fuck up Ray, okay? Also, it's kind of funny because it also makes me think of how I'm just a ray of fucking sunshine. I'm not. Facetious, yes. Which is also funny because when the coworker that I hate, I call him Sunshine. And I call him Sunshine because I don't fucking like him. Not because he's pleasant. No. It's not. That's me. That's me. My nicknames for people, I gotta tell you, are typically not nice. Most of them are jokes on you or something like that. But it means that I can disgust you. I can discuss you in front of you if I word things correctly, and I'm pretty good at like vague booking, like in real life. So yeah. So if I want to talk some shit, like I can. And yeah, no, I'm shy to you like that. Deal with it. Whatever. I am that asshole. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm funny. Okay. Like, I have the guys that I work with rolling like constantly because I am like 9 kinds of ridiculous and I'm really expressive. And what y'all are missing here, you hear the expressiveness of my voice. Yay, go me. Awesome. What you don't get to experience is the body language, the facial expressions, and the gestures that go along with it. And that's, partially because my hands are busy. But if you could see my face, you would know that, like, my face is very expressive. And it's hilarious. It's fucking funny as shit. So, So, um, I went into somebody's stream the other day. It was the first time I made it there. I hadn't gotten there, and I won't name names, because the games that they typically play are ones that I have absolutely no interest in watching, right? As a rule, don't really care to watch anybody play anything. I'm actually there more to like hang out and chat and bullshit with people, like the person who's streaming, right? Um, I have watched One Topic play Minecraft, and I actually was like totally fine with that. I've never watched anybody really play Minecraft who like knew what they were doing. Um, so I was like learning all kinds of stuff. I have no desire to play Minecraft, okay? Because I just don't. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just, go over here. I watched Nessie play Valorant, which was educational because I saw like an ad for Valorant, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what this game is about. I don't know what they do. I don't know, but all of these characters look cool as shit, and I want to know what's going on. It's like a shooter game where you like team up and stuff. That's not my shtick, so I'm probably never gonna watch it. Honestly, and that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, and they say hi, and you know, I was like the only one chatting at the point, or like doing most of the chatting. They were actually talking amongst themselves and people like that they were playing with, and like, you know, they say hi, greeted me and all that, which is great, and try to say my name, just fucked up. And so, which is why I started telling people just call me Ray. Now, the funny thing about this is, right? I am non-binary. Okay, just queer, right? Like that's the thing. That is me. I go with she they. Really depends like how I'm feeling on the day, where I'm at. I'm kind of in this gray they area today, right now. But if I don't know you, okay, and I don't know whether talking to you is safe, I'm probably going to default to she because I present as such. And I'm not going to get attacked that way. So, like, hot tip, if you haven't thought of doing that, might be something you want to consider. Like, if you need to, like, for safety's sake. And I know some other people who I don't speak to anymore who do the same thing. Also, just etiquette thing. Yeah, don't out people. Like, when they do that. Like, if you know that somebody prefers they, right? But they go into space and they choose she, you need to leave that alone. Right? Don't be a dick, okay? That person is making that choice for a reason, more than likely, and you don't need to. Don't do that. So anyway, when I'm going into streams and places and spaces where I just don't really, just honestly, just spaces would be clear enough. When I'm going into spaces where I don't know if it's safe, like for me to be who I am, I just default to that. Now the funny thing is, right? Names don't actually have gender, right? That's made up. Gender is a construct. It's something that people have decided that this is what this is, which means it's subject to interpretation and opinion. Okay, names are gendered. You can name anybody any damn thing you want, right? More importantly, they can take any damn name they want. So the thing with that is that aside, people hear Ray and they think guy. Now, if I went with Rey, R-E-Y, because Star Wars, I probably wouldn't get that. But then I think people would like, oh, like Rey. I might actually have to do that now. From now on, I might have to change it to Rey, R-E-Y. Because she kind of fell for the bad guy. I know. I understand that it didn't work out. Don't ruin it for me. I haven't seen it. I don't know exactly what happens, but my understanding, it doesn't work out. I absolutely would have gone for Kylo Ren, like 100%, like 100%. And not even the legacy. He's just hot, and I like him dark and twisted. Bad habits, friends. Bad habits. I need to keep that to my fiction. It's safe there. Hello, dark romance. Not safe in real life, by the way. If you don't know, that expression in an actual person tends to be more complicated, more fucked up, and less redeemable. I am not saying that people are not redeemable. I am not saying that. They absolutely are. But a lot of people who are like super messed up in the head, and I am saying that as somebody who is, okay? There is a reason. There are probably a lot of reasons. And they gotta all work together, and they gotta all feed off to, one another. And that means, yeah, that means that it's probably not going to work. It's going to be messy, and it's probably not going to work out real nicely. Now the thing with it is Ray doesn't have any family. Neither do I. There's definitely like this sense of not belonging and like missed potential, which she gets to like fucking work it out, right? Like some of it. But like that's a yeah. I think so. This right, what you have just witnessed is like the evolution of a nickname. So the funny thing is when I'm feeling more mask, I go by Jace because Jace involves actually all of my. It's kind of an acronym. No, that's not right. It's an anagram of my actual name. And my like parts of my name and my initials and stuff like that. So I started going by Jace. Ray is easier to write. It's shorter. And like, right. So it's going to be this joke between everybody who sees this stream, whether it's here or later, and me. So now y'all know, you heard it here. This is where that name came from. Which is just fucking hilarious. Like, really. And I'm like realizing something right now. Anyway. So here we are. Okay, hold up. Okay. We're gonna look something up. Because, yeah. I need to, like, fact check myself. This has been a really long time since I have visited stuff and looked at stuff. I'm gonna make sure that I'm citing things properly and not just making shit up because I like to do that. So here we are. So Ray it is. Just one big fucking ray of sunshine. So anyway. Here we are. Just here we are. Seriously though? Seriously. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so over like everything right now. I got a lot of stuff done yesterday. But like that, like looks like that's not working either. That's awesome. God damn it. Like everything hates me today. What is going on here? Oh yeah, so how else did I start my day off? I broke a knitting needle into sets that I got as a giant set, so I can't just replace it. I also broke one of my handmade spindles. I am hella upset about this. And I did think about the efficacies of wood glue. I don't actually have any wood glue personally, by the way. And this was handmade, and I just, because it's splintered the way it did, like it's splitting, I was just like, I'm going to consult the person who made this and ask them about fixing it and seeing like how's the best way to approach that. And they're like, send it to me, I'll fix it and send it back to you. And I'm like, awesome. I'm actually ordering something from them, so what's going to happen is I'm going to just send it to them right before I order. And I said, hey, can you send it all like at once? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, awesome. By the way, I was thinking that was a dowel rod. It's not. It's an arrow. No, so now I feel like super bad. I think I'm gonna send a note to them that's like, hey, look, if you can make this in, if like you can reclaim this, and make it into a smaller spindle, please, by all means. Like, I would hate for you to lose something because you're like replacing this part. Like hella pissed. And it's my fault. Like I was stumbling through my space and it was in a basket on the floor because I got a cleaning bug because I was Girl Scouting. Hashtag let's get prepared. We're just gonna leave it at that. And I was like, you should like organize some stuff. I'm like, that sounds like an excellent idea. You should definitely do that. And so here we are. I've now broken two things on the same day and like a matter of hours apart. Just really, really depressing. Just fucking big mad. Okay, like seriously, so big mad. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. What's this? So that's 22. That's from 3. Okay. I've apparently already marked this down. Wow. Who's not with it? I'm not with it. Alright, so it looks like we've got time to do one more round around about. The other thing to do these project time streams is because I have a lot of people who just do not understand the time things take, and then they get very upset about, you know, why something costs what it does, whatever. And it's like, I mean, I put 45 hours into something, so yeah, no, I'm gonna get paid for that. By the way, that's typically about how long socks take. Like if you make the longest sock you can, it's about 45 hours. Honestly, if you make like a slightly shorter sock, like a normal size sock, like about crew mid calf length, it's about 40 hours. Okay, so making it slightly shorter, or like the standard sock length, if that's what you want to call it, it doesn't really shave off a whole lot of time. And that is knitting 2 socks at the same time, by the way. So technically, each sock takes, you know, around 20 some hours to do. Theoretically, that's how that should like play out. But while I was returning home from dropping off the wee bit, I absolutely started thinking of like a million things that I had to do. So I wanted to do the card of the day. I've actually already done that. did that before I left. I had to do the offer day, which is why I was late. I was supposed to start streaming like 2 hours ago and some change. And I didn't. Okay, I didn't because I was too busy trying to finish up. Like I had to update my Linktree link. I had to take all the old photos off my phone. I had to put the new photos on my phone. I had to make sure that the link and the copy was right. Like I had to do all these things. And my computer said, "Hey, bitch, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to do any of the things that you asked me in any kind of like reasonable amount of time. Good luck." And I'm like, you know, that's like your job, right? And it's like, yeah, I'm taking a smoke break. And I was like, okay. So the sassy bitch has a sassy computer, apparently. And a sassy doggo. Duh. So here we are, right? Like, here we are. Just, I gotta tell you, I don't need this. I don't need this. So, I've been talking to Alobra all week, like throughout the week. Guy is attentive, appreciated. Is like also attentive without being like needy or irritating with it. Like I try not to double and triple text, but like sometimes like I hit send too soon. Sometimes I separate complete ass thoughts out. Like some things aren't so long. Like wall of text, not cool. Right. So that happens. But like if you ask a question and then you like ask another one, like, and they're like not like related, like this is another question that's related, but like just like saying the same question. And I was like, hey, hi, how are you doing? Where are you? Why aren't you talking to me like that? No, that's no. And he does the same where like if there's multiple, it's, you know, it addresses multiple parts or whatever, or multiple ideas. And so it's not like, oh my God, this is irritating as piss or anything like that, which is great because I don't have time for that. I hate texting, by the way. Like I hate it. So, getting to even text me is like good fucking luck with that. Okay. I do not text my best friend and I love her to death. Okay. I hate texting that much. Like if you don't want to hear from me, text me. Every now and then I run into someone who I don't mind texting. T was like that. We would do nothing but text. And we would like get into long conversations and I was totally fine with it. But like it was an enjoyable like conversation. And it was a conversation worth having. And so that's fine. But anyway, yeah. So we're talking. Hello, bra. That's just gonna fucking make me laugh. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know this is gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna ride the wave. Fucking surf references. Which is funny, because I can't surf. I can't swim. I actually don't like the beach. Which also makes all of this really, really, really hilarious to me. I didn't ask him if he did. But I might now. I did ask the obligatory, do you like horror movies question? The answer was no. And I was like, well, this isn't going to work out. And I wasn't being serious, but I was kind of being serious, but I wasn't being serious, but I was. So that's a thing. And I'll relate this to you because we're talking about it. So I know that for me, I want to have a certain amount of things different from me to my human, right? My partner, whatever. Bae. I do not want them to be super into all the things that I'm, because I want to have my own goddamn shit. Like I don't want to share, I don't want to share knitting with Bae. Like Bae can compliment me on it. He can help me. He can buy me yarn. He can like help, right. He can help me out with it, but I don't want to be sitting in our shared space, right? And him knitting and I'm knitting. Like no. I don't. That is an unappetizing idea to me. There are people that totally want to do that. I am not those people, right? So there's that. Oh, I think we're gonna get 2 more rounds in here. So, because I definitely wanna start, like, the goal is to stream for an hour. But we do need to have some common ground. We need to have things that we do together. They don't necessarily have to be things that we have to do together, like that we only do together, that we don't do them separately, right? And for me, one of those things, like something that you can get me to do with you, where I will probably not grumble or like want to skip it, is like watch TV, movies, right? Whatever. Um, because yeah, like I will watch a wide menagerie of things, but I love horror. And let me tell you, it is super fucking difficult for me to come across anybody who actually likes horror and likes it as much as I do. Mr. Owl liked horror. Mr. Owl is really hard to get a hold of. Um, Goldilocks, I think, likes horror. I haven't talked to Goldilocks in forever. I keep wondering and considering like dropping in dude's DMs, but again, if we were talking and you just stopped reaching out, no, so that's something that I need someone who I can have a conversation with. I need somebody I want to have a conversation with. And let me tell you, just because I am able to converse with anybody does not mean I want to. Like I've got a bunch of parameters. Like I don't really think about them, honestly, but I do have parameters. And every now and then, like one pops up in my brain, like, hey, this is important to you. And I'm like, you should probably remember that. And if somebody absolutely is like anti this or doesn't go along with this, you should probably not talk to them. Well, yeah, it's probably true, yes. So, I like to watch horror. Now, I don't need you to watch horror with me. Like, I mean, some people, things freak them out. They don't like them. That's fine. Whatevs. But I like to watch a lot of horror. And so what would end up happening is if you were super staunchly against it, then that means that is something we can't do. Okay, so I'm not going to go on nature walks with you because that's my alone time. Leave me. I'm going to go find shiny rock and cool leaf and neat twig, and I don't need your fucking company. You know, any of my art time is me time. Stay out of it. Like, this is personal time. This is not like a hobby. This is not a stress relief. That's just something that I want to do by myself. And I say those things because it is work. It is business. It is like stuff I make and do. Right. So yeah. Anyway. That's like a whole ass thing. And there's a couple other things I thought of, but there's like a lot of stuff that I don't want to share with the partner. And so if I find someone or I'm talking to someone who's a potential suitor, and they're really not into something, not attractive. Like, I mean, this is a need or a desire that I want met, and you're telling me it's not gonna get met. Like point blank, which is gonna be at some point for me probably a point of contention. And I knew that, and I could have avoided it by just not pursuing, right, this like situation. So again, I'm not like super whoa about it, right? Like I'm a reasonable human most of the time. So I can level with you. Look, we can barter. So one of the ways that my ex-husband and I did this, because that was the sort of thing we would like Netflix or watch movies or TV or go out and see movies, because that was in the time before when people were actually doing that and it was safe and it wasn't weird and it wasn't like a risky thing to do. No judgment if you're doing that. Hey, do you, whatever. Not my cup of tea, not something I want to do. Whatever. It's hey, do you. But he was really into sci-fi. Now let me just outrightly state this. I do not like sci-fi. If it is set in space or has anything to do with space, Star Wars notwithstanding, I have no interest in it. Like, zero interest. Because I just don't. Because I just don't. It's not my thing. Like, and the funny thing is, space for me, with the exception of like very specific like fantasy situations, is like a nightmare. Okay, space is full of death, is what it is, right? There's so many ways that you can die horribly, and there'd be no way to prevent it. Okay, and I already have like a running reel of Final Destination like playing in my head, where I'm like the star of the scene, like every scene. So no thanks. Okay, like that would drive me banana. And no, I'm super good. I don't want to do that. Night Flyers, also notwithstanding, that's space and horror, and that I actually liked like a lot. And like there's like little exceptions, but in general, like if it's in space, I'm not interested in watching it. So, and like this does not include Star Trek, any of the Star Treks. Stargate's not really space per se, but like alternate dimensions. I like Stargate, so that was fine. I actually grew up watching Stargate. 90s kid. So, like, that's fine. But, like, generally speaking, if it's in space, I'm not interested. So, what would happen is sometimes I would just watch stuff with him, and sometimes he would just watch stuff with me, and it wasn't, like, to our taste, but you would, like, watch it and, you know, hang out and spend time with each other, at least partially, right? And that's fine. Like, I can work that out. That is doable. That is a possibility. We can make that work. So we ended up making a deal. I didn't initiate this deal. He did. So I really hope he never sees this, but it's a possibility. Like if this goes somewhere, it is very possible to see this. And the thing is if he sees this, he's going to know that I'm talking about him. Like that is the thing. It's very specific. Like I'm leaving out some very clear identifying things because your privacy in your life and like what's going on in your situation is your business to tell or not tell somebody, not mine. So I'm not going to. I actually got in a really heated conversation with a friend about that the other day. Like we were, they informed me of some internet, oh my God, that was going on. And I said, you know, the reasonings for this person doing this aside, like sure, I can understand why you do that, but the problem that I have is that they dragged other people into something by name who didn't consent to that, and that's a whole hell of a lot of no, like 100% no. So same, like I also have a rule with people, and if you personally know me, okay, like you know me in the real life, we have hung out, I've come to your house, you come to my house, you know, like actual specific personal details about me, like my actual name, like all of it and everything like that, and you have my actual phone number, you are not permitted to dispense any information about me to any other person. You can say that you know me, you can say how you met me, you can say like innocuous stuff, yeah, sure. But like as far as personal information goes, like things about me specifically, that is a huge hell no. And you want to see me get hostile, that'll do it. Oh man. Because I didn't consent to that. I don't know who you told, I don't know what you told them. And when it comes to things like my gender identity and like sexuality, first of all, that's personal information, and like I reserve the right to not want to fucking talk about that with certain people, right? In some places, I'm essentially in the closet because it's a safety thing, right? And that is my decision to make. And because you are not me, you cannot make the decision for me, right? So the right answer is to not. Like, and the second right answer is to ask me. And I will probably tell you, if this person wants to know such and such about me, they can come directly to me and ask me. And if they don't feel they can do that, well, then they don't really fucking need to know now, do they? Hooray, we've made it. We've made it to an hour. Yay. So anyway, yeah. I'm not going to out people, like, anything about them, because some people are super open about everything, and some people are not. And some people are selectively open in certain spaces with certain people. And I don't know, and I'm not going to keep track of that shit, because it's not my life, it's not my business, I don't need to do that. But what I am going to do is respect somebody's boundaries and keep my mouth shut. Because, duh. So yeah. But, his proposal was, he's like, I'll watch some of them with you, but you have to watch fantasy with me. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, dude, like, the guy does not know me well. Okay. Like, we just started talking, so he's not had an opportunity to actually get to know me. Fantasy is my jam, bitch. I read paranormal romance. Okay. I read fantasy novels and have since I was a kid. I was all up in Zanks and Pern and fucking Narnia and Redwall. Like, that is my shit right there, okay? So you do not have to twist my arm to get me to watch fantasy with you. Now, that said, there is some fantasy that is boring and I have no desire to watch. Okay, like, I'm sorry if you love The Wheel of Time, that's great for you. I have no desire to watch it. I have no desire to read it. I just don't. So I'm probably never going to. Game of Thrones, nope, I'm good. Just not interested. In the slightest. I've never seen it. I've never seen an episode. I really, really, really don't want to watch it. Now, and friend and I were talking about this literally right before I started streaming, and I was like, she's like, well, what if he wants you to watch, Game of Thrones with him? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to watch Game of Thrones with this guy because I don't want to watch it. It's nothing against it. I just have no desire. Like, none at all. Hello, other human. We're counting. What is this? Shut your mouth, battery. 23, 28. So there should be 5. Okay. You're actually catching me right at the end. I am sorry. Hi, Moxie! Right now, I'm aiming to stream for an hour. I guess we'll do one more round. I can totally knit for like 2 hours. After that, my hand is like, I hate you, don't do this. And apparently I can play Evermerge for 2 hours. You have missed me. I have been talking all kinds of shit because that is what I do. But I've been talking shit about the nonsense that is my life. Yes. Let me tell you, I have found I'll do one more round. It's going to keep me on like another 13 minutes. I have found so many new humans to follow on Twitch because of TikTok. Because TikTok said, hey, you're following streamers? We're just going to show all of them to you. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah. Every time I go onto TikTok, I find like a new 2 or 3 streamers. And I'm like, all right, I'm there. I'm gonna go follow you on Instagram if you've got one. And I'm gonna go over to Twitch and I'm gonna follow you. And yeah, that's me. I don't have a life and I need things to do. That's what we're doing. Yes, I'm knitting socks 2 at a time because second sock syndrome is real. And no, thanks. These are my mission to make the perfect pair of socks for myself. So that I can tailor them for other people. So here's the funny thing. I was refusing to join TikTok. I did not need another damn app. I did not know what it was. I did not want to know what it was. I didn't understand it. I'm an elder millennial, so old enough to be like, nah, I'm good. And then friend is friend's fault. And, friend is probably never going to see this stream, but I will tell friend that I was talking some shit. They are so small. I have smaller ones, if you can believe it. These are, hold on, what's the little thingy say? What's the little thingy say? Come on now. Don't be a tool, guy. Oh my God, the tool's being a tool. Oh my gosh. These are 2.75 millimeters. Oh my God. Yeah, I call these pastel sunset because that's kind of what this color reminds me of. So friend showed me, it was trending at the time. You ask Siri what's like 10 to the power of, some big number. And the answer is 1 and a whole shit ton of zeros. And a lot of people were like beatboxing and drumming to it. And she showed me Trey Nubs. That's the first one I saw. She's like, oh my God, you have to see this. This is great. And it was great. It was fucking hilarious. And then she showed me a bunch more because that's exactly how the hell TikTok works. You fall in a fucking hole. Damn it. So, right. That happened. And then I was like, well, damn it, I'm going to get one. Now, see, here's the thing, right? I am a content creator. I've been making content, like, I don't know, since 2009. In one form or another, I've blogged, I've done videos, I've done tutorials, I stream here now, I have a Patreon. I fucking randomly tell stories on the internet in various places, like here, etc. Because I'm full of stories. Fucking bard life all the way, 100%. Goblin bard, because swamp monster. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. This is I'll join and I'll just lurk, right? I'll just watch other people. And then I was like, this looks like fun. Okay, sure, I'll make some videos. And I have an OC named Nimby. I have a couple other that I'm not naming out because I haven't done anything with them yet. And super secret scroll and all that. But yeah, Nimby features in a couple of them. She is based off a Harlequin clown idea. And she is a little Harley Quinn, a little fucking batshit. I love Nimby. Nimby is fun. Nimby's also vaguely like the what the actual fuck side of my personality, if you will, which is kind of funny. But yeah, no. Honestly, though, TikTok and Instagram are the ones that eat my time. I will go to the search function on Instagram and then I will look at cool shit. And the way the algorithm works over there is if you start liking like food, right, or animals, it'll repopulate the search to show you more of that shit. So it's a trap. I look at black cats, Indian ringnecks, yarn, very cute boys with tattoos, awesome ass cosplayers, Vikings, random art. Yeah, that's what I end up. That's all in my search function. I've also gone through things where I've looked at a lot of like nail art. Like holy shit, whoa, there's a lot going on there. Like when people make their nails look like basically marble, which is the cool shit. So many things. And then TikTok, right? Your friend sends you one, and by sends you one, sends you 5, right? Yeah, I'm that friend. I do that, and I don't apologize for it, but that's absolutely a thing. So I've made a bunch. I actually started making segments on TikTok because I'm ridiculous, and I have weird stories. Spoiler alert for anybody. I don't know when these are going to get up because it's going to take forever because I have so many fucking drafts right now. I have 3 4-part series. No, you can't. And if you try to, what happens is you hit back, right? And then if you hit it just once, it's like, oh, you wanna refresh? And it's like, shit, no, I don't. Too late. You're sucked in. My favorite is when you get to the video where it's some random sound and it's the person saying, hey, you've scrolled TikTok too much. You need to go to bed. And I'm like, that's kind of fucking hilarious. And I scroll right past that shit too. And I'm like, nah, don't tell me what to do. Do what I want. You also get into weird places on TikTok, right? So there's gamer TikTok, there's cosplay TikTok, there's spooky TikTok. I love spooky TikTok. That's my favorite place. That's where I hung out the most when I started. There's lesbian TikTok, there's gay TikTok, there's book talk. Oh my God. Book talk is danger Book talk made me try a new author. Okay, story time. Yeah. So I read books. I love books. I'm a book nerd. It says it in my profile, even right here in my bio. I've always loved books. I've always read books. I've always preferred books over fucking people. Anything. Books and plants. That's my jam, right? Animals are alright. People, And if you gave me an option of things to do, like fun things to do, read. Yes! Oh my god, I have seen her. I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't know her screen name, but I was like, this is great. And I want to do this to Bay. Whenever I get a Bay, that's I'm probably gonna do some bullshit like that because I'm an asshole. So I completely forgot what I was doing. Shit. Oh, book talk. Okay, got it. Train of thought went to a tunnel. Oh, nice. So, friend likes books. Friend started reading later. Friend thought friend didn't like hello, another human. Friend did not think that friend liked reading because friend was reading crap. Like the stuff that you have to read in school that nobody wants to fucking read. Like that shit. Well, if that's what you think reading is, of course you don't like reading. No, but even if you like what you're reading, the whole concept of having to grade somebody on it, not cool, right? Not cool. So friend didn't think friend liked to read. By the time friend and I met, friends had been reading or starting to read. And so friend realized, oh, I do like to read. And like friend started to read voraciously because friend's schedule wasn't convenient for a lot of people that they knew. And so what ended up happening is, nothing to do, couldn't like freaking match up with people. So you end up reading, right? And so at some point, friend and I got to talking about books. Now, the funny thing is, when friend met me, okay, so I'm going to out me and friend. Friend and I met in a strip club because that's where we used to work, and it was fucking hilarious. When friends met me, friend did not like me. Friend saw me as competition and was like, oh, hell no. Friend had been in the scene for a while. I was literally just walking on there. I had a very bad opinion of strippers at the point, which is ironic since I ended up being one for a while. Whatever. And anyway, I think it's hilarious though because, and we wax and reminisce and like laugh about this to this day, right? And we met in. My mom died in 2005. We met in 2006. So, right. I am harmless. I have no sense of competition, which is probably what would make me like a horrible gamer for like a first person shooter or something like this because I just don't fucking care. Right? Like the reason I game or play games or do anything is for my own personal enjoyment, and that's like, so if it involves competition, like I have zero interest in that. Friend, by the way, is a serious gamer and is considering streaming, and I'm like, I mean, do it, but know that it's a lot like more than maybe it seems like it is, because that's everything, right? So it's just hilarious that friend didn't like me, because if friend had known me, friend would have known that I'm essentially harmless, right? Like I'm gonna, if you're paying me like next to nothing, I'm gonna do the bare minimum. Like seriously, I'm gonna do what I have to do, because this right here, like what I'm doing here, this is the real work. Everything else is just like biding my time. It sounds horrible. I don't care. So at first we weren't friendly. And like I didn't have any problem with her. I was neutral, right? But it's so funny because she did not like me. It's just fucking hilarious. Because we're best friends now. Like, I talk to this bitch every day. I was talking to her right before I streamed. There's a chance, right? There's a chance that we're going to talk after I stop streaming tonight. Possible. So, which mindset is that? I have forgotten. Please remind me. So, we ended up just somehow we became friends. I don't know how it happened. Like there's some weird magic like turning point in our association that I don't think either of us can fucking remember. And at some point, the thing that we ended up doing is we would hang out during the day. We would go to Barnes and Noble, hang out in the Starbucks, and like talk about books. Okay, so now here's the whole shtick of this story, right? You cannot recommend a book to me. It will not fucking happen. I will tell you right now, if you're like, hey, you should check out this book, I can almost 100% promise you I'm not going to read it. I'm like that with TV shows. I'm like that with movies. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, fuck you. Like, I'm absolutely... and look, the bare minimum is still me doing my job and doing my job to standard. But I'm not going to go out of my way. I'm not going to work overtime. I'm not going to stay late. I'm not going to like do extra because you're not paying me to do extra and you can just screw yourself. And because of my work ethic and because I do things to standard and do them correctly like they're supposed to, you can't say shit to me. I dare you to. Like I work in a garage during the day and I'm like one of the best people they have there because they have standards that they want like to be operated to, and I fucking do them. And so if I'm 5 minutes late, you can kiss my ass because y'all lucky I'm here. I got an attitude problem, by the way. So when I was younger, you probably could have suggested something. You'd be like, hey, you might like this. And I'd be like, okay, cool. And I would check it out. For some reason, something happened between then and now, or, then and like fucking a couple of years out of college, where I'm just like, no, I'm good. I have no interest in this. I don't know what. Like, it's weird. I'm like today years old when I fucking noticed that somehow changed. So, friend has been working on me for a fucking decade to check out some new authors. Okay. And I have very specific parameters. So most of what I read right now, is paranormal romance. I read Sherilyn McQueen, who used to be called Sherilyn Kenyon. All of her previous books have Kenyon on it because, stuff. Gina Showalter, Cressley Cole, and some Christine Feehan. That's it. Those are my people that I read. I read Kenyon's Dark Hunters and The League. Oh my god, I love The League. Oh my god, Assassins, hell yeah. Gina Showalter's Lords of the Underworld. Cressley Cole's Immortals After Dark, and the Carpathian series by Christine Feehan. So, and for anybody who didn't fucking get that, okay, I will write that shit out in the chat. But that's it. Now, when I started, it was just Sherilyn. And the funny thing is, I was in the Army. That doesn't sound right. It was true. I was in the Army. That's where I found out about Sherilyn. I was a medic. I was in San Antonio, Texas. And Carr was like, hey, because after a point, when you're in like fucking training for like 4 or so months, the whole weekend thing gets old, right? I'll keep typing in a second apparently because my computer's like, screw you. Anyway. And so the first couple of weekends, yeah, this is like inception of stories, by the way. Like there's stories within stories within stories, and like we're totally gonna get all that. Like it's gonna happen. I put the R in the wrong spot. What the hell? No, damn it. Dark Hunter and The League. Gina Showalter. I've got some more people, but these are like the ones relevant to the story. So I started off because Carr was like, hey, I got a bunch of books. Did you want to read one? And I'm like, I love books, and I haven't been able to read a book in a while because I went off to college, which killed my reading. Because again, you had to read stuff. I didn't have time. And so I stopped reading as much. And then actually sometime after that I started reading. Yeah, when I went off to the military, somewhere in there I started reading. So Carr was like, she had a bunch of get Cressley. She had a bunch of Sherilyn's books. And I just grabbed one randomly. I was like, ooh, Roman General, hell fucking yeah. Because Darcy is bae. And did I tell you that I need a very attractive Scottish man in my life? Did I tell you that I need that? I need that. Also will accept a Englishman, Irishman, Swede also will accept that. South African. I don't know why I like that accent so much, but I'm weird. And oh god, there's not a D in her name. Carpathians. Okay. Bam! If anybody wants to know, there they are. Because I know I talk really fast sometimes and it's hard to... So. I, by chance, started reading Sherilyn Kenyon. I introduced Sherilyn to Friend. Friend tried... Oh. Thank you. I actually went to stream because I heard... I went to a stream from another stream because I heard that they were English and I was like, I just want to enjoy the accent for a minute. Which is fucking terrible of me. I love listening to the Click talk. The Click's voice is wonderful. He's also a very wonderful human. And he's just wholesome and hilarious and terrible, but in the best way. Yeah. I've caught a Scottish tour guide randomly on TikTok. Like, what? I know about the Click because of my Polish friend, Mags. Mags was like, you would like this guy. He's in Sweden. He is taken. It is unfortunate. He is younger than me, probably. So that it's just none of it would work. But like, I'm just being terrible on the internet. Just fucking ignore me. Everybody ignore me. Don't pay attention. Anyway. So the irony is I randomly picked up a book that someone just suggested to me. Friend tries to do that. Oh, hell no. She tried to get me to read Gina, Cressley, J.R. Ward. I have one of her books I haven't gotten into yet. And Christine for fucking years. It took her, knowing me, 10 years to get me to read any of them. And I started with Gina first. And of the Lords of the Underworld, there's a 0.5 book. So like if you're fucking book weirdo like I am, they go in order, and sometimes you have books that are in between books and they'll get like 0.5, 0.25, 0.75, which I think is really fucking weird, but whatever. Usually those stories are shorter, like novellas or short stories, but not always. Sometimes they're full ass books, and it's like a weird divergence from the storyline that you're like accustomed to or whatever. So I started with Maddox, which is number 1. There is a 0.5 in that series. It is slow. I will tell you that. It is not bad writing, but I think her characters and her writing improve as you go along. And I didn't love Maddox. So the premise of that storyline, just that world in general, is that Pandora's box is opened, all the demons came out. Well, the demons attached to people. And so you are harboring a demon and you have to deal with it, and it exercises its influence on you and people around you. So I think Maddox is violence. So he's got a hell of a temper. Okay. And how it manifests, like, for each of the guys is interesting and different. And they do have some ladies of the underworld, if you will. And then they have other characters that get, like, there are other types of characters that get added in later. But I started with Maddox. I think I got through Lucian, who's the second one, who's Death. And I love Lucian. I adore him. I don't think I got past that. And I couldn't. Like, if you don't catch me in the first, like, page or two, you're not gonna. And I will not push through to finish a book. Like, it's painful, and I don't want to do it. And I like reading, so don't ruin it for me, right? So the irony is, I recommended a book to her, but it doesn't work the other way. So I have parameters that I read. Because I read romance novels, first of all, I don't have a specific subgenre. I read a lot of paranormal just because it's so much more fun. Like, there's so many more things that can happen in a paranormal, right? I'm not above reading a historical. I'm down with that. That's cool. Or I don't love science fiction, so that one's a hard sell for me. But The League is set in science fiction. It's set in the future. It involves like governments, aliens, assassins, pirates. Oh my god, the space pirates! I love the space pirates. Can I have one? I want a space pirate. I want a Tavali so fucking bad. So bad you just don't know. You know, I don't read fast, but I will devour a book. I will fall into a book and I will do nothing else. So like, these socks won't get knit on. I won't stream. I won't do laundry. I won't fucking wash dishes. I won't eat. I won't do anything. And you can tell where my state of mind is based on how many books I'm reading. When I fell into a depression, not last December, but the one before. Yeah, I read like 15 books, I think, in the last couple of weeks of the year. Yeah, I like fucking just devoured books. But that was like the only thing I could do. I couldn't manage to do fucking anything else. Like, anything else. So I fall into stories because, hey, hooray, mental illness, and I dissociate really badly. And I will literally fall into a story so much that I will get really disoriented when I turn a page. Because I will like be jarred back into reality. I'm like, holy shit, I am not like in space right now doing stuff. I am not a fly on the wall in somebody's bedroom. What? So fucking weird. And there's a normal amount of dissociation that people do. I fall so completely in though that it literally is jarring to me to come back. It's annoying and I can't do anything about it. So just guess what you get to live with. So I need a happily ever after. I don't do reverse harem. I actually find that language to be kind of problematic and I don't fucking love it. I understand what it means. I understand why they chose it. I get it. I think, they could have done better. There's other language that I think would have communicated the same thing and wouldn't have been kind of shitty. Anyway, I want a one-off, right? It doesn't have to be a one-off. Like, you can follow like the same characters, because when I read fantasy fiction, that's exactly what you're doing. You're following the same group of characters. Eventually, like, some leave and more come in, and you know, so you're not like following exclusively one. And if you have enough characters and enough interaction and enough like conflict in the storyline, you could totally follow like a couple of characters for like a couple of books, and that's fine. But as far as romances, no, y'all get one book, happily ever after, everything's going to work out. That's it. That's what I need. Why? Because I don't have any fucking romance in my life, and I gotta get somewhere, damn it. So, like, and it's funny because friend will read like horrific stuff, like depressing stuff, sad stuff, angry stuff, and I'm like, no, that is my life. That is my life. I am living that shit. No, thank you. I do not need that in my fiction. I need good stuff. I need some fucking Hallmark Channel bullshit. Which is funny because I found some that basically read like that, and I'm like, this is never gonna happen. That's okay. I'm fucking on board. Which is making the story even funnier because, again, right, you can't recommend a book to me. It just won't fucking happen. And yet that's not expressly true, apparently. So exactly. And now, God, like, hello, dystopian future. Thanks, no thanks. Murphy, shut up, sit down, go take a nap. You're just doing too much. So she tried, and I was like, look, I tried. I couldn't get into it, you know. And she kept at me. Okay, she's a Capricorn. This bitch is persistent. All right, I'm a Cancer, so am I. So I get it. So I periodically reread stuff. So I've reread Sherilyn's books several times. I haven't gotten into reading Xanth again, or Redwall, or Narnia, or Pern in like forever, because I'm pretty much just redevouring Sherry stories, because apparently I super um I had never read anything where Fabia was on the cover, so I cannot account for that. But like, if tell me what kind of genre and stuff you like, and I can probably steer you to at least one book to consider, if you want. So I got to the point where I decided to try Sherilyn's League out, because like I'd read all the way up um through the Dark Hunters a couple times. I was waiting on a book. I was between books. And I was like, you know what? I like her writing. Let's try this. If I don't like it, I'll stop fucking reading it. Easy peasy. Oh my god, I love Nicarian. I mean, the romance is pretty standard, I guess. Like, there's certain words that certain authors like to use, which is really funny. And after you read a couple of their books, you start to like catch which words they like to use, and it's just funny to me. The type or style of romance, the specifics of what also certain authors like stick with certain acts, if you will. Um, and that's it. Like honestly, I'm not reading for that. I'm reading for all the other shit. Like, these authors fucking world build like a motherfucker. Like, okay, so the Dark Hunter series, last I checked, is like 25 books and counting. The League is at, I think, 15 and counting. The Immortals After Dark, Kresley just released another one. That was book 19. Gina, I think, is in the late teens, early 20s area, and is still writing. And then she just started another series. Actually, yeah, another series and like a spin-off series. So yeah, like I'm a long haul kind of reader. I want big long series. I don't want to read, like, Narnia is 7 books and then it's done, right? Which is fine. It's fine. Like, they end the story. It's fine. But I just want to keep. If I like the world, I want to keep hanging out there. Okay, right? Like, Pern is, I don't know, 30 some books. Like, Anne McCaffrey died several years ago, like pre-COVID several years ago. Like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. I have no fucking clue. But the biological dynamics with like the sci-fi are a little interesting, because like some of these guys are like 7 feet tall and have fangs, which is fun. Yeah, all of the ones I read, all of the men are tall, broad, fit, intense as hell. I love it. Hooray! Yay! I love the broody ones. Just give me, and the funny thing is, there are Scots in Cresticle series. They're all Lyca, so they're all werewolves, right? And they all speak with a brogue, and oh dear God. I need a cigarette after that, like, seriously. Whew. Oh, and when you read it, like, I hear the words I'm reading in my head, so I can hear the brogue. It's fucking lovely. It's bloody grand. That's the worst accent. I am so sorry to anybody from Scotland who ever hears me. That was trash. I get it. I did not claim that I could do it. I don't. No. So I come back and I end up trying new books. Like, literally, I started reading Kresley, I think, right before COVID and everything happened. And I was kind of mad at myself, because Kresley, she's there. We got Supernatural. She's got some hell of a world building. Like, it's super awesome. I love her take on how she treats witches, how she treats vampires, how she treats the Lyca, how she treats like every type of creature that she's introduced into a story that like has a story, so you learn about the creature and everything. I love her take on it. I love Sherilyn's take on vampires, which is very interesting and atypical. And technically, there's 2 types, by the way, and they're not what you think. It's awesome. Feehands, Carpathians are also vampires, ish. They're called Carpathian. They're called Carpathians. There are vampires, and they're not the same thing. And so, like, apparently there's a trend. I like people who do things a little differently. And then, of course, there's, like, gods, shifters, demigods, and demons and warriors in Gina's books. You also get to meet harpies, which they are fucking hilarious. I love them. They're a hoot. T-Bird is, like, the book incarnate of Friends. Because she's like, overachiever, I'm gonna get this done, don't you tell me my business, I got this. And like will struggle bust their way into success and then be like, booyah, like don't fucking talk to me, don't at me. It's fucking hilarious. I love T-Bird. Yeah, the Talia T-Bird, not Miss Swift. No, not her. So oh my god. Like, oh my god. I finally get to it, and I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Because now Friend knows the parameters. If you want to sell me a book, I need a happily ever after. I need some supernatural goodness. Preferable if it's a little, like, off the typical mythos, just because interest. I want 1 book per couple. Like I said, I can deal with couples being followed. But as a general rule, like you better be supplying some story, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. Because like seriously, I get bored. So that it's just hilarious because you still can't fucking recommend books to me unless you're book talk, apparently, or your friend and you do it just right. So this is the original story and how this even started, right? I was scrolling. I somehow got on Book Talk, and I really wish I knew the TikTok. Like, if I could find the video, I would link it because it's fucking hilarious. It is this woman who apparently likes dark romance, which translate mafia romance. And what she did is in her fucking video, she lays out, and you don't know this is the start, so I'm just fucking ruining this for you. My bad. She lays out all the tropes that you find in the mafia romance as if it was happening to you. I was fucking sold. That alone. I was like, this looks like fun. Now, all of the tropes don't typically happen. Right? Like every single one of them is not going on, right? But it was enough of an interesting sell that I was like, you know what? I'm fucking down. Okay, I'm down. I'm here for this. So I ended up checking out. She did that, and I guess the response to that video was, "Oh my god, what book is this?" And she's like, "It's not actually a book. It's like just all of what you typically see, right?" And so she made, I guess, a response video, and she's like, "If you're looking to get into dark romance, you know, mafia, it's you know that kind of thing, here are some authors to start you off with." I randomly picked one. The first one is Russian. Bad timing. Okay, I know. The second one is Irish. Dear sweet Jesus. The third one is also Russian, but like the first Russian is in the US. The second Russian is like part of the Bratva in Moscow, right? So old country, right? I'm actually in the middle of that one right now. The next one is going to be one of the Irish guys again, and an Italian mafia princess. I'm super excited. I wasn't sure, so I got it on Kindle. I think I got these on Kindle Unlimited. I wasn't sure. So after the first one, I was like, Oh no, I can get on board with this. Now the funny thing is, okay, I will admit, I will say this right now. I do not love how her sex scenes go out. Okay, like if I was cast to participate in this, I would opt out of some of it. Let's just put it that way. Not my thing. And no judgment. Hey, you do you. Whatever you like. Cool. Awesome. Great. I like what I like. I do and do not want to participate in certain things, and that's it. It is not enough of a big deal for me to just be like, oh my god, I can't read it. But it's absolutely a staple of all of her scenes, if you will. Which low-key makes me like slightly sad, but just because that's not my thing. Also, speaking of book talk, I found another author for the exact same reason, and it was like this reenactment of, oh, hey, what do you like to do for fun? She's like, oh, I like to read, and then it was like that horror. Yeah, like, and I have my specific reasons, and I totally understand why somebody would like certain things, and like, hey, everybody's different. It's all good. But like for me, if somebody was like, hey, I'm thinking about this, I would be like, hey, if this right here is not for you and you just can't get past that, you might not want to read this, right? Just I like to let people know. The whole rest of it is chef's kiss. Like, yes sir, I'm okay with this. Also, intense brooding men can't go wrong. Okay, right? Yeah. I do like that phrasing, no yucking others yum. Yeah. But so this lady, she's super hot. She cosplays, she's blonde, she's in the military, she just had a baby, she's fucking gorgeous. She's like workout queen too. Like, she's awesome. Can I be her when I grow up? Like, I don't need to be blonde because it doesn't look good on me, by the way. But yeah. So anyway, I came across hers first before I got to this lady. And it was like a total accident. Like, I was just scrolling my For You page and somehow got sucked into book talk. No complaints, by the way. And it was like that scared realization, like internal screaming, where like somebody's asked you a question and you're like, oh shit, this is the answer to this question, but I can't give that answer. And she was like, what do you like to read? She's like, and like there's all these like texts on the video, right? Like, just naming things. She's like, oh, fantasy. And that's all she said. And it's like, I love fairy porn. It's just like, what? So I checked out Fighting Destiny by Amelia Hutchins. I'm on the same page with that. I like the series. I want to know what's going to happen. You actually get to follow the couple because they don't like, spoiler, sorry. They don't like resolve the relationship and say, yep, this is gonna happen. Like, there's some shit you gotta iron out. Which is good though, because it's more story. So right on. There are points at which it's a little much. It's a little much, just not because of the acts, but because of the personality of some of the characters. Like, you like them, but you're kind of like, dude, you're kind of a tool. Like, you're kind of an asshole. Did you know? This just in, he doesn't care. So yeah. Yeah. And again, right? It's totally fine to have these not the greatest combinations of personality traits in fiction. It's safe there. It's good there. It works out. Everything's fine. You don't have to have like fucking therapy for it. So right on. In real life, I have dated people who are damaged. Not quite to this, but damaged. And I gotta tell you, that is that's some intensity you probably don't want in your life. And again, I say this as somebody who is damaged. I completely understand why somebody would be like, oh no, ma'am, I'm gonna pass on talking to you. Actually, that's kind of why I'm shocked that anybody actually wants to talk to me, because I'm a little much. I really am. I know this. I don't have a problem with it. That's not a criticism, right? It's just a fact. I'm a little much. I'm a little intense. You're not getting the benefit of my what the fuck facial expressions, right? That is going on. And because I'm knitting, right? You're not getting the hand gestures and you're not getting like the full body reactions. So all you get is the rise and fluctuation of my tone and how fast I talk. And it is, well, so this is what makes me a great fucking bard, right? Oh yeah, so more story time, because this is what I do. I tell fucking stories. So it's established, right, just by my mannerism and by the general like rules and situations that bards come into or are involved in. Yeah, no, that's fucking me, like on point. Friend is paladin. Friend is upset about this. Friend gets roped into things, somehow gets voluntold to do some shit and like has to do it, and so does it, and is just mad about it the whole time. Friend wants to be a rogue 100%, and it's like, yeah, but that's just not working out for you. Like it sucks to be you. But like friend is absolutely a creature of like obligation and like taking care of things. And so we have this whole fucking running joke that like we're gonna start a campaign one day. I've never played D&D or any kind of role-playing game, by the way. We're gonna start a campaign, and we're just gonna like, I guess it's gonna be like Critical Role, which by the way I haven't seen. I've heard of it. I want to listen to it because it sounds great. But like we're gonna start like this whole storyline, right? This is a case for her getting nerd husband and me too, by the way. Like we're taking applications, by the way. she wants a giant. She wants a tall guy. She likes him tall, like whoa tall, like Dolph Lundgren tall. I don't know about her accent preference. I know she likes to dance, and she would like be down for someone with some fucking rhythm. Me, oh, she likes them pretty too, which is really weird. Like elven pretty, like fucking, what is it? What's his name? Legolas, kind of like that. Like fair, but totally could fuck some shit up. Right. Me, I'm more Aragorn, like broody. Yeah, it works. It totally works. So we keep saying that we're gonna just like put together the storyline, which is gonna be us and our personalities in these classes doing weird shit. Because this is totally what we would do. Like this, it was 100% us playing the characters out, like based on the kind of people we are. And and so part of the storyline starts as this is how we meet, right? I'm in a tavern, sloshed, right? Probably about to get my ass beat because I'm talking some shit, and I'm not armed, and I'm way too tipsy. And she's like in the corner, right, of said tavern, just minding her own business, and like notices, oh man, that bard's about to get it. I gotta go fucking save her ass. And I'm just like carrying on, like I'm getting carried out of there, like toasting and talking shit still, and like yeah, no, that sounds like some shit we would do. In fact, there's a really good chance that has actually kind of happened in real life, because we did used to go out drinking, and yeah, I'm something else. It's funny because if you meet me, I'm usually very quiet. I'm not demure, I'm not shy, but I'm very introverted. I like to case people. I don't like to just jump into stuff. I like to see what is going on, and like there's a word. What is it? I don't know. I've fucking gotten. I like to assess the situation before I engage, okay? Because I have a brain. And I use it most of the time. Sometimes. Not all the time. Anyway, friend also has a brain, but the funny thing is, like, we're polar signs, and so like how we get to the same conclusion like varies widely, even if we could kind of like are in the same general direction. The funny thing is, for a goat, okay, friend is very idealistic. Like friend wants to think and expect the best of people, and I'm jaded as fuck, and I'm like, nah, these motherfuckers is lying, every last one of them. And she's like, but I don't understand. I'm like, no, it doesn't. You don't have to understand. You don't have. It doesn't have to be what you think. People are terrible. They're trash. I'm sorry. Not sorry. That's just how it is. Like, sure. Most people are not actually out to hurt other people, right? They're not. They are absolutely out to protect their own asses, though. And that sometimes means that they're going to sacrifice you. And that's, you need to know that. You need to accept that. You need to be prepared for that, right? And so my jaded keeps me from dealing with a lot of bullshit. Okay, I'm going to get... So, case in point, Friend has been single even longer than I have because Friend has standards and I apparently don't. And I've just grown some standards. I watered them. I put a nice outside bulb over top of them. I got some fertilizer and now I have standards. Hashtag picky bitch. That's what we're doing. So, Friend is getting to the point where Friend really would like to not be the single. Okay? I didn't want to be the single within seconds of being the single because I'm like that. Hashtag problems. I have now been single. It's shit. It's going to be 3 years in April. The fuck? I haven't been single this long since I started dating in my teens. Okay? And I'm 30 something now. Just let that sink in. That's a lot. That is a lot. I am like always probably in a relationship or about to be. And I haven't been. And I gotta tell, at this point, I'm good. Like, I don't have to tell anybody what I'm doing. And look. I don't answer to people. Fuck you. Do not ask me what I'm doing. I will tell you. Where are you going, babe? Out. Whole answer. Don't ask me anything else. If I wanted you to know, I would have fucking told you. Now that you've asked me, I don't want to tell you. Because you've asked me. Now you're making me feel obligated to answer you. And I'm obligated to tell you to fuck off. Even if I like your face. That's just how I'm contrary like that. I know I'm not the only one either. I know there's other people like me. I know this is the thing. So, at this point though, right, like I don't have to take anybody else's fucking feelings into account. I mean, technically I do have 2 kids. So yeah, I have to like mind them and the dog, right? Who's third child, fucking toddler in a dog suit. But like, I don't have another adult to like manage a relationship with and like communication with, right? So most of the time, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like if I want to stay up, holy shit, oh my god, late. As long as I'm willing to be tired of shit the next day, I'm good to go, right? And that's cool. I'm not hurting my relationship or plans with somebody. It's kind of fucking amazing and lovely. I like it, and I'm not sure that I want to give it up, to be honest with you. I am also interminably lonely. Like to be real deal, 100% honest, and this is going to be super awkward because this shit's going to go up on my YouTube channel, and so somebody's going to see this and they're going to be like, wow, there's something wrong with this person. I'm like, this bitch is honest. That's what. This is how I am though. Fucking full throttle. I need a low bra to like not see this. Like, I kind of want to accidentally leak it, but I don't, because in the beginning of the stream, I'm telling a story about it. And I don't know that he'll appreciate it. That's not going to stop me from telling stories. It just means I'm not going to tell him I told the story. That's what that means. I mean, look. I nickname people, like, to protect identities, though. And my nicknames are fucking on point. If I was one of the Marys, I would be Our Lady of Alternative Monikers. Because I'm boss at naming people. In fact, actually, if you catch the beginning of the stream, if you go back and like watch the first hour, you also get to see the evolution of me naming somebody. #me. Yeah, call me Ray. That's because nobody can say Aradia Nawari correct. They might get Aradia. I got Arcadia the other day from some guy. Bless his heart. He tried. Nobody can say, they say nowhere, and I'm like, nope, no worry. And look, I get it. You don't know how to say it. It's fine. That's why I say it for people, but like in a chat, no, it doesn't work out. So the going line is call me Ray. And now I've decided instead of R-A-Y, it's going to be R-E-Y because fucking Star Wars nerd. Fuck that. Doing it. Don't tell me my business. Also, Kylo would have been all about that. Yeah. Broody. Yeah, so, and I get it. And like, I get it. I totally get it. And I tell the story of what the actual names are. Aradia and Nawari is actually 2 first names. It's Aradia Goseling and Nawari Danaeus. And Danaeus is the genus name of the monarch butterfly. Because on top of being Our Lady of alternative monikers, I also am a word nerd, and I'm like super into like things having meaning and symbols and it being layered because I'm just like that. But I've always found my art Aradia, like since I was in high school. And so there's no reason for me to change it. That's silly. And so I just left it. But I have 2 businesses, and one is art and one is witchwork. And to have a clear division, 2 different names, because Nawari is a name that was given to me for like spiritual purposes. And so that's why, like, there's reasons. Some people are like, oh my God, you have so many names. I couldn't keep it straight. And I'm like, compartmentalization. Hello. So the line, the company line is Call Me Ray. And we decided earlier that instead of R-A-Y, I think it's going to be R-E-Y, because also I'm in Nerdville, as you can see. Hello, Twitch. Hi, people. Hey to YouTube when this gets there. So yeah. Speaking of, yeah, because somebody called me Ray, they assumed that I was a guy, and it was really fucking hilarious. Because I'm she, they. So ish, but no, sir, no. And I don't bust people's chops like when I haven't like stated out it right, because I'm reasonable. Like, really, my line is don't call me late for dinner. Okay, from the South, that's how we do. I like food. Give me food. But oh my gosh, I tell so many stories. I don't know if you have figured that out, but that's a thing. It's fucking story time. And the fun thing is if you ever see me tell a story in person, like, it's a goddamn vaudeville show. Like, what is going on? And I'm very expressive, which is a complete foil to how I appear to people when they first meet me, especially if I'm just meeting you now. Like, if you want to get like a good slice of my personality, do these memes right here, because this is basically my work and my persona, which is really established. Or in the company of friend, like in the company of friend, like friend is like comfort blanket, right? And so that comfort that's established means you're more likely to get like the fullness of my personality, like, immediately. I found though that because I am too much to some, as a kind of a kindness, I try to tone it down. And so instead of a fire hose, we have a trickle out of a faucet. Because it's kind of unkind to just, inundate somebody with a deluge. Like, seriously. Oh my gosh. Speaking of fucking fun words, yes, word nerd. Word nerd uses fun words. People don't believe that I use these words. And I'm like, I understand that there are people who in the business world, in the writing world, and the marketing world, are using other voices than their own. Okay, right? That's the phrasing. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm just me. Period. So, yeah, like, no, I use these words. I know what these words mean. I popped in X Cinema's stream the other day, and they were talking about weird words, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can get on board with this. And it's like, what's your favorite weird word? And I'm like, archaic. It was just like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I also like hinky and prerogative and inundate and deluge. I love words like I'm a word nerd, and I use them. And I don't use them for any other reason than that's the most appropriate word I can think of for the message I'm trying to communicate. So what the problem is, to quote Juice. Juice is one of my coworkers, by the way. I work with Juice, Sunshine, and Gumby. There was Workwife. Workwife is not there anymore. Workwife went to another store. It's a running joke that that's wife and I'm wife. Which is funny because that's the same concept of I'm friend and friend is friend. And so we will refer to each other, ourselves, like first and third person. And contextually, you understand who's talking about who, right? But if you just were, I guess, idly listening, you'd be like, what? Like, who is this person? It's multiple people, sometimes at the same time. Oh yeah, friend. And friend is spelled without an I. So I'm also a writer and a poet. And I used to read dictionaries and encyclopedias as a child. So like I come by it honestly. On the real deal though, let me tell you some place to if you want to learn some interesting new uncommonly used big words like $5 words as friend Scott calls them. Fucking kid shows. I shit you not. I have heard some words where I'm like, the fuck is that word doing on Blue's Clues, sir? And I was like, hell yeah. Teach these youngsters some good words. Like, also, I read a actually I have it right here next to me. I read this book. This is one of the books that I had forever, and it took me a while to read it. Like, oh my god, let me just knock everything over. That's cool. Bam! This book. It's called Warrior. It's by Zoe Archer. And I don't know anything about this author, right? Like I don't know like where she comes from or anything. I've not read any of her other books except for the four in this series. She uses some big fucking words in this book though. Like I had to look those motherfuckers up because I was like, what the fuck is this business? And it was exciting because I love reading new words. You can see why. Do you see the Indiana Jones thing going on here? Yeah, that's why I bought this book. 100%. I'm a slut for some cover art. Like 100%. Like you want that's satisfy my book like needs, happily ever afters, etc. And have some dope cover art. Honestly, dope cover art. I'll pick up a book and be like, what is this business? Example of that. Watch out, book spider. I haven't read this book yet. Don't mind the fact that I got stuff all over the cover. It was sticky. Anyway, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to read this? I want to read this. I still haven't read it yet. I'm like the worst person ever. But like, it's awesome. It's fucking amazing. I heart. Yay. I've got to read this too. It's also a hardback book, and I hate hardback books because they're heavy and they're big and they're awkward, and I want to break them. But like seriously, I keep meaning to read this. Actually, I have a book friend. I have a couple of book friends, but one of book friends has actually started this, and I was like, "How was it?" 'Cause I haven't read it yet. It is so cool, and I love for lore. I really love the shiny. And I love that the I was highlighted by the O. Like, that's bitchin'. Okay. Oh my god. I had some conversation with some guy on some dating app. And I told him that I was reading the book. And I was like, Lore by Alexander Bracken. And he totally didn't understand what I said. He's like, oh, yeah, books about mythology are cool. Like, as in both like a book about like contextually about mythology, not like a book that has mythological elements, right? And I was like, no dude, no, I mean, if you want to read about mythology, fucking get you some Bullfinch's mythology, okay? Like that's where you want to go. This is not that. This is like taking liberties and yeah, oh god, it hurt to have that conversation. Not to sound like a pretentious git, but yeah, that's me. Also, I use slang from like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I also use slang and other words. Like there's a lot of Yiddish in my vocabulary. I have a number of phrases that you'll find around the UK. I actually got into it with some other guy about nosh. So nosh is Yiddish. Okay, you can get a little nosh. Now you can have it absolutely gets used in Britain, but it's Yiddish. Okay, it's Yiddish. And I said that to him, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm just gonna stop talking now. Like this is hurting my brain a lot. It's hurting it a lot." I'm such a judgy bitch. Is this why I'm single? I think so. I think it might be why. Also, I'm looking for Darcy. Okay. So that right there, that statement means I absolutely cannot let Alobra see this. He will get upset, I think. And I don't want to hurt his feelings because I do like the guy. I prettied myself up on the off chance that I was going to get to hang out with him. Okay? 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 I know that you don't know me. I give exactly 0 foxes about my appearance. 99% of the time. I go to work, don't give a shit. I scrubbed the garage spice off of my forearms. Okay? They were like kind of pink red. Like baby mousy. So that I looked like a human and not a goblin. Oh my god. I'm like covered in grit. Like all the time. All the time. And that's because the shit that's in a fucking garage, yeah, you don't wash that off with soap and water, ma'am. That's not how that works. No, you gotta scrub that shit off. And once it's been like on your skin a while, good luck. You're gonna have to use a solvent to get that shit off. Which, speaking of, I'm like out, so I'm gonna have to stop by Northern and get some more because, as much as I would love to look like I took a nap in somebody's exhaust pipe, in a couple of days, I probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't. Oh my gosh, yeah, I have work stories too. Like I have people because I present as femme. I have people say some shit to me. Yeah. Oh, and see, I'm from the country, right? So I'm used to fucking dirt is friend. So whatever. Like I'm used to being a gardener and being covered in horse shit, and I am not exaggerating. Like worms, dirt, grime, grit, crawling up under houses to like deal with pipes and shit. Yeah. I'm dirty. I'm a fucking goblin. Like 100%. Come at me. Like when I discovered that Goblin Core was a thing, I was like, these are my people. These are my people. Moss, pond scum, mushrooms, slime, fucking bog witch. 100%. I'm a bog goblin. Bog goblin. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so gross. I don't fucking care though. It's spice. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, so I was talking about spice, right? I was talking about like book spice, right? Like smexy. And I don't know who I was talking to in here, and like this is no shade to if they come across this ever, but they were like, oh, like Dune, and I was like, no, not that kind of spice. It was great. I was like, friend's gonna get a kick out of that, because they were like, but friend was like, what? But the context clues should have told you what kind of spice, and I'm like, yeah, but Dune has books. Dune has books, and I was talking about books, and there's no reason if you weren't there from the beginning and had never like been to my stream before, which I'm pretty sure this person was new, there was no reason for you to understand that I wasn't talking about Dune. Part of why that's funny is I've never seen Dune, I've never read Dune, I'm not going to. Right? Hello, do not recommend things to me. I just have no interest. I can't tell you why. I just don't. I just fucking don't. So, you know, here we are. Here we are. I hate this color, by the way. Why would you say that about something you're making for yourself? And I'm like, because I fucking do. I just do. I mean, it's fun. It's very Easter, right? Ugh, gross. Um. Oh shit! Did I miss Easter? Or is that shit in April? I think that shit's in April. I need to get some jelly beans because obligatory gross Easter candy. Yeah, I'm gonna get Jelly Bellies though, because at least I can have like some interesting ones, right? I had Mallow Top Reese's, by the way. Don't do it. It's a fucking trap. Like, I mean, if you love marshmallow. Yes, yes. I also hate cotton candy. I love candy. I love candy. I have a cauldron. I have a cauldron the size of like the top of my desk. It's full of candy. I hate cotton candy though. I hate it. I don't know. I think it's the texture because it's like this. It's like insulation. It's a little weird. I don't like it. I'm like, I'll eat pixie sticks, okay? That's just fucking sugar, all right? So, yeah. God, I haven't thought of pixie sticks in forever. Those giant ones, oh, those are boss. Used to get them after school. Mom be so pissed. Like, really? Really? And I'm like, candy. I love candy. I have a sweet tooth the size of Texas. Yes. I do. You know all this needs? Some fucking Easter grass. Why are chocolate bunnies some of the worst chocolate on the planet? Riddle me this, Batman. Like, seriously? Seriously. So I have to go to work tomorrow. It's the start of the day job. It's gonna be trash. Oh! Okay. So you're new here. You haven't heard the tea. We're gonna try and abbreviate it. So basically, one of my coworkers no longer works there because of reasons. Code reasons. I like to accidentally say the wrong word, and it's usually a food word instead, and I just go with it. So, because that person was the only person who did their job, we're waiting on their replacement, who's going to come. I thought this week coming up, but it might be next week. So, in the meantime, in the interim, there you go. There's a word that people don't usually use. We have extra help. This help, his name is Songbird. Why is his name Songbird? Because this motherfucker runs his mouth. He gossips like a damn hen. Like, bro. No, bro. Bro, no. Like, I looked at Juice, who he was talking to, and at one point he says to Juice, oh, he's asking him questions, right? Okay, I have another, we're going to put a pin in that because we have to tell the, what I did in Maryland while I was in the Army story for context. So, he's talking to Juice, just running his damn mouth, asking him questions, like trying to get information. And I'm just like, ooh, did you see that red flag? Anybody else see it? Anybody else see that? Okay, all right, just right, hold on. We can do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Squish. Red flag. Red flag. Now, Juice is like in his 40s, okay? He's been around the block. He knows. But I'm just like, I've got this incredulous look on my face. Like, the fuck is going on right now? And he eventually goes off. And I'm just like... So, at one point in this exchange, he says to Juice, oh, he's asking him questions. He's like, oh, yeah, no, my lips are sealed. I won't say anything. And I'm just like, are you sure, guy? Are you sure? Are you sure that you're going to be demure? That you're going to be quiet? Because I don't think so. You're demonstrating that you're not capable of that. This is not his store. He is visiting. He is not going to be here. He works for the company. He's going to be... This is a thing now. The flag is a thing. It's going to be a thing forever now. I was thinking about this because I was making a red flag joke the other day. I was like, oh, I really wish I had a flag. Oh, it was on my TikTok. That's what it was. Okay. I think it was in my flirt fails. That's a segment of 3 stories that are 4 videos each that is coming to a TikTok near you soon. And by soon, I mean in several weeks, because I only release one like once a week. Gotta do that release. Anyway, release. That's what she said. Oh, I'm gonna roll tonight. Like, really? Like, what? So, um, are you serious, dude? Like, really? So he walks off, and I'm just like looking at Juice, and he's looking at me, and he's shaking his head, and I'm like, I'm flabbergasted. There's a word, right? Like, what just happened? Like, what is going on right now? That motherfucker is gonna be with us all week. Now, I said something to Gumby. Gumby is named that. Okay, so we'll explain some of these things. Gumby is named so because he is out of all the mechanics, right? Because I work in a garage, right? And the people who just generally work there, that's the tallest motherfucker we got. He works in the front. He's 6'1". I'm 5'4". Juice is about 5'5". Sunshine is maybe 5'6", 5'7". Don, which that's his actual name, Don, and I gotta say it like that because it's obnoxious. He's our inspector. He's old as shit, because that's the rule apparently. You gotta be old as shit to be fucking inspector. And crotchety. He's like Walter from Jeff Dunham's skits. Just like old angry white man. Don's like about 5'5" or so, right? And that's everybody in the back. And then work wife was my height-ish or so. And she's gone. She doesn't work there anymore. And Jackass is the one who's not there anymore. He maybe 5'9" or so. Maybe. So anyway, Gumby had come back to help us, right? Because we're short-staffed. It sucks. But I'm used to it, so what the fuck ever. And at the point that I'm back there, Songbird has flipped back and forth, back and forth. He has no reason to come in the back. He has no reason to hang out in the back. He has no reason to have any conversation with anybody in the back. And yet, there he is. And at one point, he leaves and goes to the front to do, I don't fucking know, work? Maybe. No, that doesn't sound right. I look at Gumpy, and I was like, the fuck, dude? And he's like, yeah, he doesn't stop talking. And, okay, I have been on stream for 2 hours and, 15 minutes and counting. I am talkative. I have talked pretty much this whole fucking time. I know about not stopping talking. But I'm telling a story. I am engaging. You actually want to listen to what I'm saying. I'm fucking hilarious. Thank you very much. I'm a goddamn delight. This guy is melting your brain. It hurts to acknowledge him. In fact, I went the whole shift barely saying anything to me. He's like, hey, Elle, that's my first name. You got something for me? And without skipping a beat, not making any eye contact because I was in the middle of fucking doing something, I was like, no. He's like, what? I was like, no. Just kept about my business. Meanwhile, by the way, he talked to Juice. Don, I think, was gone. He talked to Juice. He talked to Gumby. That motherfucker didn't say more than 5 words to me. Why? Because I did not encourage him. Because I know how to shut people up. I'm good at it. I have fucking magical powers. My glamour is on goddamn point. Okay? Yeah, you will not catch me in the wrong fucking place. It's the wrong time. I have techniques, right? But seriously. What the fuck? What? And we gotta work with this asshole all week. And look. He's not a mean guy. But dude, don't run your mouth. The reason Jackass isn't there is some drama. Okay, and I will be kind and discreet and not mention it, but it's bad. Let's just say it. He doesn't work for the company anymore, and he's never going to, and this is going to affect his working for anybody else in that position he was in, or doing other things where he's important and money may be involved. And that's the end of it. I won't say anymore. So, I had to take a big breath for that. What the actual fuck? Oh, also, I'll leave that out, but damn. Now, okay, Maryland. I, once upon a time, was in the military. I joined a year after I had been dancing because I recognized that I was probably going to get stuck in that dead-end job and never get out of it, and that was unacceptable to me because I was in my 20s and I was working with girls in their late 30s. And look, Susan, case in point, she was 38. She looked fucking amazing. Okay, she tanned. She took care of herself. She had a banging ass. Okay, she was gorgeous. I love Susan. Susan was great. I did not want to be 38 in a strip club. Okay, just fucking facts. All right, I was like 20. Okay, like, yeah, I just turned 21. Okay, like the August before I joined the military, because I'm a July baby. So anyway, story time. I ended up going into the military. I decided I was going to be a medic because I used to work in healthcare. I worked in nursing. I worked in nursing from the time that I was 16 until the time that I was like 26, 27. Because I finally got to the point where I was like, I can't fucking do this shit anymore. I hate it. Nursing, by the way, is never something I should have done. I was actually going to go into pathology and anthropology as a forensic anthropologist and a forensic pathologist. Think Bones from the TV show. Yes, her. I was going to be the chief medical examiner for Virginia. That was the goal. I live in Virginia, by the way. I'm not from Virginia. I'm actually from North Carolina. And yes, none of that worked out, as you can see. As you can see, I have no flash. Hat tip to fucking Sailor J for being hilarious and snarky. So, I went as a medic. I ended up not staying as a medic because I got done with all my training, got back to my unit. I was a reservist because I have a problem with authority. And I had some undiagnosed mental health issues that, like, retrospectively make total sense now. That absolutely would have gotten me into some trouble. I mean, I wouldn't have cared, but like, you don't push me, I will fucking push back. Yeah. So I went up to our retention NCO because I had been with the unit like months. I got to go to Italy. That was like the coolest thing I got to do. Was I got to go to northern Italy and upset some nuns and drink wine and almost get arrested by the Carabinieri. Yay. And like, all that happened. But I didn't do my job. I never deployed ever, like the entire time I was in, because I was apparently too crazy. Yay. Good for me. Whoa. I feel absolutely no kind of way. I was probably, honestly, that was probably the right fucking decision. Okay. I gotta tell you. I don't want to think about what would have happened if I would have an episode in country. That would have been bad for everybody. Yes. Don't want to make the news, people. No thanks. So I went to my retention NCO after it became apparent that I was never going to do my job because my unit apparently had just gotten back from being on deployment. So the only hope I had was to get attached to another unit, which with reservists, they do that. They'll, like, if they can take a whole unit, they will, but they'll usually onesies and twosies people. And I got to the point where they almost did that. And for whatever reason, they said, oh yeah, no, no, that wasn't right. Different one. Anyway, I never went anywhere. So I went to him. I was like, look, you need to let me do my job or you need to put me out of the military. And he just kind of looked at me like, what? I was like, yeah, I didn't stutter. I joined to do this job. I'm not doing this job. I just went through 6 months of training for nothing. Don't waste my fucking time. And he's like, well, you want to learn a language? And I'm like, sure, I love languages. This is why I took 3 years of Russian in college. No, I cannot speak Russian. I cannot understand it. I could tell you that it might be Russian, although Ukrainian sounds the same, and some Mongolian has Russian words or Russian sounding words in it. So, yeah, no. But like, слушайте, that means to listen. I know that. Говорить is to speak or talk. Знаю is I know. Voda is water, which is funny because vodka. Yeah. Let's see. Красивая is beautiful. Krasnaya is red. Plashad is square. Slon is elephant. Like, I know, like, random ass words. Cannot string a goddamn sentence together. Я не знаю говорить по-русски. Yeah, there you go. I don't know how to speak Russian. That's what I just told you. My voicemail used to be in Russian, by the way. It was hilarious. I had some ex-boyfriends who would call just to hear me speak Russian, which I think is hilarious because I think my Russian accent is terrible. It's as bad as my Scottish one, if not worse. I mean, I don't think it's any good. I think any Slavic person who heard me speak would just be like, you need to be quiet. And I'd be like, sorry. So, language. I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, by the way, the D-Lab, which is the linguistics test that they give you in the military and determines what you're going to learn, is not any kind of comprehension test that you expect when you're being tested to learn a language. It is actually testing you on understanding the general structure of language. I did not know this. It was 6 a.m. I had not gotten enough sleep. I had just gotten off a bus. I was not prepared. I literally took a nap in the middle of the test. Needless to say, I did not do well. You can absolutely retake this test. I did not. Russian is right up there with Arabic and Farsi as far as difficulty of languages. I think the Asian languages are the only ones step worse than that. So anyway, the people who use languages are the cryptolinguists and the interrogators and some other people. So I transferred to a unit in Maryland, which is where they have the intelligence ones. I have never met so many paranoid motherfuckers in my life. Okay, now as you can see from our brief time here, the fucks I have to give do not exist. Right? The barren in which my fucks are planted is the field is barren. Like this, no. Not a good candidate to be collecting information. Actually, best candidate, right? So the problem with it is I don't give a fuck. But because of my mannerisms, because of the fact that somehow, while being really noticeable, I'm also overlooked. It's weird. Like I said, my glamour is on fucking points. Yeah, I got it. Nailed it. So I end up going into humans, which is human interrogation. Okay, by the way, I didn't need to take that. They didn't teach me anything. Nothing. They taught me nothing. They taught me nothing I didn't already know how to do. Okay, as you can see, right, I'm chatty. And a little secret for you. What I got out of that class is badger the fuck out of whoever you're talking to. Rehash what you ask them in different ways. You're low-key trying to confuse them and make them slip up. And because people don't pay attention, and because if you badger somebody enough, they will fucking kind of crack. Also, develop a rapport. I'm actually really good at that, despite the fact that I'm an asshole. Because I can look like I give a shit even while I don't. So, I joined an intelligence unit in Maryland and lost my credentials for being a medic because you have to update them yearly, and that didn't happen because fuck those guys. Screwed me over. It was awesome, and by awesome I mean awful. So I eventually went to interrogation school as a reclass. It was fucking awful. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10. Don't do it. I did get to meet some cool people. I did get to go to Boston. And by the way, I love Boston. I hate the cold. I do not like crowded places, but I fucking loved Boston. And so if I ever lose my noodle or I'm in a position to move because kids, so I'm not going anywhere, I will absolutely I would totally move to Boston. I mean, I might think twice about the whole fucking snowstorms because, no thank you. There are not enough blankets in the world for me to be warm when it's fucking cold outside. And snow is yuck. I don't like snow. So here's the thing. Because I was trained as an interrogator, because I have a brain, I can recognize when someone is trying to get information out of you. All right? Also, it doesn't hurt that I'm shifty. Also, it doesn't hurt that as someone who presents as femme, we have to be conscientious. There's a big word. We need to be aware of our surroundings and what the people in it are doing, because literal physical danger. And you need to pay attention. And I'm absolutely 100% not situationally aware. It's great. How I haven't died to this point in my life. Hold on, let me find some wood. Okay. Knocked. I'm not superstitious except for anything about fucking that. So like I recognized that Songbird was trying to get information out of Juice. Like I said, Juice, right, has been around the block. He knows. Songbird is so called because 1, he fucking rings his mouth, and 2, he is a snitch. Now look, okay, let's just be clear here. There were some things missing that shouldn't have been missing. Hashtag theft. And it is morally, ethically, and legally right for the company to be aware of that so they can protect their assets. And that is 100% on board with that. No, that's true. So if you know that something is going on, yeah, you need to say something. Okay, like really, see something, say something. Like I hate to be that guy, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah. You don't have to pay rent anymore. Did you eat the landlord? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Sorry, I love that sound. It's fucking hilarious. But don't out yourself, okay, if you're that guy, right? So here's the thing about me, right? What you can see is I have a tattoo on my forearm. Good old Dion, right? What you can't see is that 3/4 of my calves are covered across my chest, across my back, both sides, at the bottom of my ribs, around my waist, one side of my ass, just because you wanted to know that. And the tops of both of my feet. I have a lot of ink, okay? If we're going to follow the rule of 9s, I'm about 50% covered, right? And counting. Like, my hands are going to be done. I'm going to sleeve out both of my arms. I'm going to finish off the sleeves on my calves. I've got plans for my upper leg, although that's going to be like the last thing for me to bother with. And I'm going to color in my back. So like I got an extensive amount of ink. At the time, I also had a number of piercings. I know that you can't see my face here, but you can see my face in my profile, right? That face is not really forgettable, okay? Yeah. And if, in the event that you didn't remember my face, I dress like a tart, by the way, because, yeah, can. Big, this happens when you have boobs. That's the thing. Okay, that's what happens when I have boobs. Anyway, I have a tattoo from one end of my collarbone to the other, halfway down my sternum. So basically in a giant, like, triangle shape. It's hard to miss. It's a fucking billboard, okay? So yeah, like, I don't understand how I can blend at all. It does not make any kind of good sense. Like, it doesn't. It fucking does not. Which is why it's hilarious, because Friend looks like the girl next door. Friend is currently bleached blonde, like, wears makeup, knows how to apply it correctly. Looks like a normal ass human, as in somebody who walking down the street wouldn't stick out to you. Okay? I look like a fucking weirdo. I look like I may be up to something I shouldn't be. I look like maybe you should cross the street instead of walking past me. Like, I'm a shifty motherfucker. I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's fine. So, like, that's a whole ass thing. So the fact that she can't get away with stuff and she gets like pinpointed and I don't is hilarious because our personalities are very similar. Like, I've got my deer on headlights look. I've got that shit down, like pat down perfectly. I look just clueless and lost enough for people to not ask me questions, but also enough for people to be shocked when I actually say something because they didn't expect me to know anything. And it's hilarious. Okay, it's funny as shit. I got like the biggest kick out of it. They were doing mail call when I was in basic training, and my last name at the time was Wells. My first name was not L at the time, so good luck finding me. Anyway, I'm actually not really hard to find on the internet, but you know, I'm not gonna dox myself because that's ridiculous. Anywho, it's just my platoon sergeant looks at me. He's like, Wells, and I was like, what? He's like, never mind, because apparently I was just sitting in the middle of the room disassociating. I now know that's what was going on. This thing, it happens. Oh my god. Oh my god. So here's another funny, right? It occurred to me, right? Because I'm telling all these stories. I'm like, you know what? One, you absolutely need to use nicknames. Okay, you cannot use people's given names because, yeah. Two, I had a thought. And I was like, you know what? This is you need to be careful. This is gonna come back to bite you in the ass, right? Like, seriously. Because what's gonna happen is if you say the wrong thing and the wrong person sees it, that's gonna be your ass. And I'm like, you know, that's probably true, yeah. And I was like, well, am I gonna stop telling stories? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Like, absolutely not. I am gonna still fucking tell stories. I'm just gonna not draw attention to it. And this is why being a small streamer, as the vernacular is, hashtag a nobody on the internet, is fine. Because the chances of anybody seeing anything I have to say is really low, which is really funny. And I made a TikTok about this the other day because I've been creating content since 2009 and it's really like sinking in that I've been making content that long, like professionally, like regularly. And it's fucking weird to me. It's super, super weird because like content has always been a thing, right? Like if you anything intangible, music, fucking lectures people give, books, all that stuff. Yeah. I know a book takes a physical form, blah 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 blah. But like music itself is intangible, right? That's content. That's what the fuck that is. And oh yeah, they will know who they are. This is so I can't let a lowbrow. I say a lowbrow can't see it. There was the Greek. Okay, so here's the problem with the Greek guy. He actually is on Twitch. I think he asked me for my screen name, and I was like, no. I wasn't even talking about him at the point. The kind of personality he had, I did not want him showing up in my fucking online spaces. Like, he was kind of a tool. Like, every time we talked, that motherfucker argued. I have never in my life disliked talking to someone so much. And I don't know that he realized what he was doing, but I don't care. I don't have a tolerance for that. Like, if I have to do the emotional labor of dealing with your ass and then explain to you why it's not okay, sir, see yourself out, please. And thank you. Get thee gone. Get thee behind me, foul fiend. Yeah, that's right. Fucking Aziraphale for the win. Although, really, I'm a Crowley girl myself. I love Crowley. How can you not? How can you not? Then there's cling wrap. Oh, cling wrap, by the way, showed up in my inbox today. Cling wrap is called that because this motherfucker is clingy. And look, okay, you know what? You do you, boo. Seriously. If you go hard, like from the second you start talking to somebody, hey, cool, power to you. Not my cup of tea, right? Not a good fit for me. You should maybe, I don't know, talk to a professional about that, because I feel like that is going to come back to bite you in the ass, right? You're going to connect and attach to the wrong person, and you're going to get really, really hurt, and it's going to be really, really avoidable. So maybe you shouldn't do that. I don't tell people how to live their lives though. So like, I will let you fall on your fucking face. I will. If you ask me, or you express that you were open to like feedback or information or just heads up, okay, sure, I'll be like, hey, I don't think you really want to do this. This might not work out for you, right? But we will leave it there, right? Because you're the one who's got to deal with the consequences, right? I don't have to deal with the consequences. And if you're willing to deal with the consequences, I mean, fucking go for it then, I guess. But that is like, and that's my rule with everybody. Yeah, exactly. And I don't have any fucking tact, okay? The kindest I can do is like, you may not want the answer to that question. And that's the only warning I will give. Because personally, I am blunt and tactless because that's how I am, but also for a reason. I am not doing you any service by easing you into something. Because for a lot of people, if you say something nicely, they don't fucking hear you, right? They don't listen. It doesn't sink in the importance of what you're saying to them. And again, that leads to something happening that could have been avoided because they didn't fucking take you seriously. I will like look at you and say, oh, hell to the no. I will get up in your face. I have little dog syndrome all the way, right? I'm 5'4". I do not give a shit. I will go nose to chest with someone. I give exactly 0 fucks. I have done it before too. It's fucking hilarious because everybody around me is like, oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna be bad. Somebody get him away from her before she hurts him. Can you imagine me in my 20s off the chain as a barfly? Because I gotta tell you, I'm sure that I was something to watch. I used to use my stompy boots, aka my New Rocks, right, which are biker boots, and these had metal plates on them and a metal globe on the bottom. And I would wear them when I went out drinking because please, right, please, for the love of all that is holy, piss me off so I can kick you with my very heavy, very metallic boots. Please. I never got the chance to do it. I was very upset. I still have those boots too. I will never get rid of them, even though I kind of can't wear them anymore. I need to get a new pair, but I don't have $400 just like lying around for a new pair of New Rocks. I fucking love them though. Like those things are boss as fuck. I will never get rid of the ones I have because I inherited them, so I got them for free. So fuck yeah, these are mine forever. I will be buried with these. Fuck y'all. They're lovely. They're just fucking gorgeous. So yeah, like, oh my god, I've lived way too much life in way too short a span. Like it's slowed down a little bit, but like in my 20s, I didn't live 10 years of life. Okay, I had like 15 plus years happen, and it was like, can we not? Can we not? That'd be great if we didn't. Oh yeah, so a low bra does not know that I used to be a dancer. I completely forgot that I hadn't mentioned it. I usually mention it because if you've been around the town that I live in, I have a reputation. I don't know what happened. Did it freeze? Did it freeze? Are we frozen? Are we frozen? Okay, no, we're not. It's just saying fuck you. Cool. But yeah, that's funny. And so, right, remember, I have lots of names. I will not give this one because I will protect my own anonymity this one time. But while I've been trying to date this time around, I have absolutely met some people who have run into me while I've been dancing. I mean, I met so many people and came across so many people that I didn't. Dude, you're not gonna get remembered. Like, who the fuck are you? Who dis? Right? So no bigs. But one of them, one of the reasons I am notorious, that's a good word, is I am known as, and I'm probably gonna out myself, and that's fine. I don't fucking care. Whatever. I am the girl with that tattoo. Okay, let me explain, okay? So, earlier in the stream, we were talking about a low bra. God, that's fucking hilarious. I should probably never tell him that I call him that because I don't think he'll appreciate it. I think it's fucking hilarious. He probably not so much. Anyway, for those of you who weren't here for all of that, all of my nicknames are generally not very nice, but they're funny. So we're going to go with it. So anyway, usually I warn people because I used to be a stripper. I was a stripper for like fucking 5 years. Whatever. I fucking give a shit. By the way, my attitude problem way predates that. So that really didn't do anything except for maybe finish off the few fucks I might have had to give. But like my acerbic nature, there's another word, was already set well before that because I'm kind of a jackass. I'm a good person though, sort of, mostly. So, yeah. I love horror, and that's reference to a low bra. Low bra does not love horror movies. That super sucks. I'm not sure that this is going to go anywhere because of that, because I really, really, really love horror movies. Especially really bad ones and obscure ones and like foreign ones, right? Because I do. Okay. So the funny thing is, this tattoo, all right? I have a tattoo. This is how we're going to put it. It's around my waist. It is. That's not the precise coordinates. But yeah. Anyway, it is the facehugger from the Aliens franchise. Now, if you would like to put 2 and 2 together and figure out exactly where it is, go and Google facehugger, and I think you'll figure it out. And we're just gonna leave that there, right there. It's a good thing that I am ballsy and brazen, because that is possibly going to be something I wish I'd never said. And I don't know, actually, if you talk to me, it's probably going to come up anyway. So what the fuck ever, right? Who cares? I don't care. I'm a nobody on the internet, right? So anyway, it's bright green, by the way. And it's definitely a conversation piece. Now, I can't see it, and tart that I might be, I've got pants or shorts on, right? I'm a pants person. So, like, honestly, I forget it's there, right? But if I'm dating, you're going to notice it, I think, at some point, probably. Especially because if you're interested in tattoos, right? Like, right? You're like, hey, what have you got? And then I just start to internally laugh hysterically because I'm like, I can't wait to see the look on their face when they find about that one. And let me tell you, the universal reaction to that tattoo is, oh my God, I want to see it. Everybody says that. Regardless of gender and sexuality. Everybody says that. Because who the fuck gets that tattooed on them? This guy. That's who. I think it's funny as shit. So I am the girl with that tattoo. That's me. There are people who have never met me, like, and never talked to me, right? Who know about this tattoo because it just gets talked about. Because of course it does. And now here's a funny thing, right? We're just gonna like meme this shit out, right? Basically, everybody who's here who sees this is probably, if they watch it to this point, is gonna be like, what the fuck, and is probably gonna go look it up. Anybody who sees this on YouTube later, when I put this up, is gonna be, what the fuck. That's the appropriate reaction. What the fuck? What? I have a twisted sense of humor. That's it. That's just it. Also, I like to refer to it as my Christmas tree because I decorated it. And it's green, right? That tracks. It's also got eyes. Now, okay, that is what we're gonna call it. That is some artistic license. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's great. I think it's fucking hilarious because nobody believes it. Like nobody. I got gawked at in Italy for it. There are people in California who know about it. Texas, Missouri, Boston, Massachusetts, maybe. Florida, Chicago, like Illinois, Maryland, Virginia. Those are, Minnesota. That's all the people I can, like, all the places that I can definitely tell you somebody knows about it. Oh, Louisiana. Let's not forget them. This friend used to live there. And I'm sure at some point I came up in conversation because I invariably do. Because I do. This is funny as shit. Oh my God. So, you know what would be really funny if, like, what is the next step after where I am is affiliate and then partner? Is that how it works? I'm a noob, by the way. I've literally been streaming for just over 2 months. Would it not be great for my emotes and like some of the decoration, etc., around my streams to be the alien? I would laugh every fucking time. Nobody would know what was going on unless they caught this stream or I happened to mention it. And it would be great because I would crack up constantly. I feel like I absolutely need tiny alien emojis. Do you know how amazing that would be? That would be amazing. Random predator one. Like every now, like the head, right? When the second mouth comes out. Yeah. The egg with it popping out. The little tiny baby popping out. Oh my God. This is glorious. You're not right. There's something wrong with you. Damn right. So many things wrong with me. So many letters. So many letters. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is just great. Oh, I think that just made my night. It's almost going to make tomorrow bearable, I gotta tell you. Oh yeah, all my coworkers know about it. Because of course because of course. Like, I retired in 2010. It has been, God damn, it's been 12 years. Are you fucking shitting me? Wow. It's been 12 years. Who fucking cares? I'm not running for office. And if I was, I would totally run on that platform. This bitch will tell you right. She will tell you straight. She will not lie to you. And if she does, she will tell you that's what she's doing. She's the girl with the tattoo. Oh my gosh. Oh, the child. Nice. We might have to make this a thing. We might have to make this a thing. Because it's funny as shit. and Moxie, you were here. You were here for it. This is the first time on stream I have mentioned this, and I stream regularly-ish. According to my Twitch playlist on my YouTube, I'm at, I think, 38 videos, and that does not include, like, most of what's up here right now. So yeah. Like, I haven't streamed daily. Oh, it's absolutely. You know what else I need? I used to have a bobblehead of the alien coming out of the egg, and like the tail was where it bobbled. It got broken like in a move, and I need it again, and I will buy it again, you know, when I randomly have money to throw at stuff, and I will put that shit on my desk. Oh my gosh. I do not. They are fucking raw. I don't edit shit. So all of my videos that are on Patreon are like that. Part of why is I'm a noob. I can't tech at all. And this is my personality. This is my style. So fucking raw and unfiltered, fucking go for it, right? So like I leave all the ums, the likes, the oh my god, my brain went into the tunnel and I forgot what I was doing, because that's watching me on stream or any of my YouTube videos. It's exactly like having a fucking conversation with me, like in real life. This is me. This is what it looks like. And I started doing that because when I started doing video like regularly, like seriously, religiously, like making effort, I was using Periscope, and Periscope was all live. And so, yeah, you need to be able to fucking run with it. And I'm actually, I don't know if you noticed, I'm actually really good at that. Like, some people will trip on their words and like get upset and stutter and get flustered and like just can't deal with it. No, I do not have that problem, which is a giant irony. Because why? Because I hate attention. I do not like being on camera. I do not like being noticed. I do not like the attention. Yeah, no. I totally get it. So I know, oh fuck. The little bit of editing that I do, this happens when I make videos for my Patreon. I use, what is it called? It's called Viva Video. It's an app on my phone because that's what I use to record all my videos. But I use it to splice videos together, because if I'm recording something on my phone where it's saving like to my phone, after about 23 to 27 minutes, and my phone's like, hey bitch, this is too fucking long. If you want another one, you're gonna have to make another one. And so then I splice it together. Right? Because I was doing part ones and part twos before that, and it was super annoying because, like, if you visit my Patreon, like, pretty much everything is public now. There's, like, my monthly posts are not, because those are for patrons only, and, like, the monthly posts are, it's, like, once a month, right, that something is done. But everything else is, and, like, if you go way, way, way back, like, you'll see, like, a part one or part two of a couple of videos, and that annoyed the shit out of me. I could not stand that. Because I am the queen of formatting. And so, like, when I, like, these videos from Twitch, they don't have any formatting in the description. It just says, you can catch me live here, and it, like, links you to my profile, right? Like, over here. I tag them, I put them on a playlist, and I change the category to people and blogs, because I'm not gaming. Like, I do have gaming streams, but it's me playing Evermerge on my phone, fucking tired and like rambling. Exactly like this, by the way. And so those just, I don't imagine anybody wants to watch that. So I save the videos so they're there. So if I do want to do something with them later, I can. But I don't, Like they're just there, right? Yeah. I actually, so I'm not a gamer. It's just kind of funny. Like I don't identify as a gamer, because playing video games actually like brings out my rage really badly. Like I have anger management problems, and playing video games makes me want to break things. Um, and like I'm not competitive, so like I'm not trying to beat the game, I'm not trying to get the high score, I'm just playing. It's just something to do, it's me passing time. So the kinds of games I had to end up playing are things that are not going to induce rage. So like I'll play Candy Crush, which I haven't played Candy Crush yet here. I actually haven't played it in fucking forever. I played Bejeweled. I play Evermerge. I love the fuck out of Evermerge. Actually, if you go back, there's a couple of streams. There's one of me, I think from last night. I played for like 15 minutes because I was fucking tired. And I just could not even anymore. But like I play stuff like that where it's kind of mindless, and it's like a time for my brain to not do so much, right? Um, but yeah, no, I have saved all of my videos. I actually need to make a system to do this, but because I'm a content creator, because I have a Patreon, I've had a Patreon apparently, according to the internet, since 2018. That's fucking weird. Super weird. I've had a YouTube channel since 2009 and another one about 2010ish or so. And my art channel has like way more shit in it because most of what I'm working on things, I'm talking about stuff. But like, yeah, I hate the whole parts thing. It makes me so grumpy because my Patreon videos, I have a entire format. It's got fucking headers, I've got sections, I've got a place for links, I've got links for shit I talk about, I have the links for my social media, and like I did the damn thing with it. But to have to post that twice and post exactly the same, oh god, it was so annoying. I didn't want to do it. But like I post all of that at the bottom in the description because some people don't want to watch a video. Like some people, like, I don't know if you've noticed, we've been here 3 hours. Okay. That's not weird for me. Like I'll set out to make a 15-20 minute video and that bitch will be 45 minutes long. And so, like me, I'll watch a 45-minute video. I am there. I'm in it. Let me get some snacks. Just like I will look up through all 40 pages of search results too. I'm that asshole. But some people don't. And like, so I do stash casts on Sundays, art hauls or hauls, just stuff I get for my work on Tuesdays. Project time is Thursdays. Wednesdays, work in progress, and Fridays, finished object, right? So a lot of those, there's stuff to show. And one, seeing stuff on camera is difficult sometimes. And so I have stills. Like I stage the thing and I take an actual picture. It's not like a still, like off the screen, right? I take pictures of stuff. I link to things. So like if you want these knitting needles that I was talking about, that I love, that I've been yammering about for like 3 fucking hours, here's where you get, this is what they are, this is where you get them, right? Because it's just, I don't know, it's just what I do. Right? And also, that's a reasonable question for somebody to ask. And so let me just give you the information and just make everybody's life easier. So, yeah. But, which is why this is so weird. Like, if you talk to me and I explain to you what I do and how much effort I put into it, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And that's just what I do. So this is just how I function. Pardon me while I do the most. And so it's weird to think of it as too much. Because that's just how my brain functions. Hello, neurodivergence. Like the most is how I exist. I'm extra. So it's cool. I just decided to embrace it. Don't fight it. Won't get you anywhere. Oh my god, imaginary bug. Sometimes I hallucinate and I see things that are not there because trick of the light or whatever. So that's how backpack cat happens and shoe cat, and yeah, that's weird. I'll have to leave that one for another day because, oh my God. But, yeah. Yeah. So, anybody who sees this, Moxie, that means you too. Other person who seems to maybe be lurking, or I don't know, the viewer count is off. I don't know. If you have any questions about what I do, just fucking ask. Like, seriously. I have my shit all done up, right? I have been doing this for a while. I have systems and ways that I function and do things. I have ideas. Because I'm not like a video producer or a music producer or a video editor or a graphic designer, although I've done that, you're not taking money out of my pocket or like taking up my time asking me these questions, because I can answer these questions relatively quickly, relatively easily, and actually in a generally a pretty detailed manner. So if you have any questions about anything I do, like how do you do this? Why do you do this? What do you use for this? Fucking ask. Sharing is caring, and I learned everything the hard way and do digging, and I am totally fine with making other people's lives easier as far as that goes, because I know it's a lot. It's totally a lot. And, like, sure, some people are like, nope, you're on your own. But I don't have a problem helping people if I can. And if it's too much, I'll be like, hey, this is too much. Because I do actually do consultants, but it's for art. So, yeah. Although, so this was 23. Yeah, and the thing, and I get it. Like, if you create something and it's uniquely you, and you have a really specific system, and you've worked really hard on it, yeah, no power to you. Keep your shit to yourself. But like you asking me how I've edit videos or like what I use to it, I use this app. When I use it, it's on my phone. I pay for it monthly. I can buy it outright. I've been too lazy to do that, and have not wanted to cough up like the $40-50 that it was. This is and every community is like that. Like everyone is. Like there are people who are totally down with sharing. There's people who aren't. There's absolutely shit that I do that I'm not gonna fucking tell you how to do, right? And that's because honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I worked too fucking hard to learn how to do that. I will tell you how I learned. I will tell you where to go. I will, be fine to like consult with people, but like I'm here making stuff. So like that's my focus is to make the thing, right? I make the thing. But like, and if nothing else, you can always ask. Just accept the answer you get, right? Like it does not hurt to ask. So that was 20. Is that 23? Where's my post-it? My post-it says 23. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my God. So I'm going to be ridiculous tomorrow, right? Because I'm not going to get any sleep, which is actually normal. I can't believe, I think this is my longest stream, or one of my longest streams. I think I might have gotten close to this once. So yeah, I usually plan to be here actually daily. My brain is broken, so sometimes that doesn't happen, and it's difficult for me to do. But I do have a schedule up. So anybody who sees this now, who sees it later, if you're seeing this on YouTube, hit the link in the description and go over to Twitch, and you'll see my schedule. Oh no, you are fine. It was a pleasure having you here. I'm usually talking to myself like a crazy person. And it was lovely seeing you. I found you on the talk. And now we're here. Hello, hello. But no, really, it was absolutely lovely having you here. Because I'm totally cool with talking to myself, but, probably sounds a little weird to anybody else. Like, what is she doing? Like, don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. It's fine. But I will try to keep an eye out for your streams and see if I can catch you. It seems everybody streams when I'm like fucking at the day job. So again, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye, meine Lieblings. It was wonderful seeing all of you here and talking with you, Moxie, especially, and anybody who sees this later. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh my god.